Yo, what up, lifers? What up, lifers? What up, lifers? It's Dave Life. It's Dave Life. You're watching Dave Life After Dark, episode number 239. Dave Life After Dark, episode number 239. Who gets the better man? Who gets the better man? Look, you could have been anywhere in the world with us, but you're here with us tonight, so I want to say thank you, and I really appreciate you. Look, y'all, let's start this off the right way like we always do. Heavenly Father, have your way, Lord. I pray that you would speak to your people. I pray that you would enlighten us, entertain us, and inform us, Lord. Have your way. Father, forgive us for all of our sins that we've committed, both by commission and omission, Lord. Father, I pray less of me and more of you. I pray that we have a great conversation tonight. I pray that you would get all the praise, glory, and honor in Jesus' name. Amen, amen, and amen. Yo. What up, man? What up, lifers? What up, lifers? Man, I hope y'all had a good week, man. I hope y'all had a good week. We are back. We are back. Dave Life TV is back, man. We live. What I want you guys to do is I want you to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend that we're live. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend that we are live. Let them know that Dave Life After Dark is in the building. And look, for all of my people that's on the gram, I want y'all to come on over to YouTube. Come on over to YouTube. I'm letting everybody know right now we live on YouTube. For everybody that's on Instagram, we're live on YouTube. If you want to support Dave Life TV and Dave Life After Dark, you can hit us on Venmo at Dave Life. Send us tip money. Send us coffee money. Send us dinner money at Dave Life on Venmo. Hit us on Cash App at $ Dave Life TV, and I'll make sure that everyone that you designate should get the tip. I'll make sure they get they tip. You know what I'm saying? That's what we do here. Again, man, tonight is a nice episode, man. We're going to be discussing who gets the better man. And I got a few people that I need to bring up. I got a few people that's in the building. First of all, shout out to everybody that's in the green room. And without further ado, hey, look at you. I see you. I see the energy. You know what? Come on up here. Come on up here, Sheena. What up, Sheen? Queen Sheen in the building. What's up, Sheena? How you been, my friend?
I've been good. How you been?
I've been super good. You know what, Sheena? I miss you. And you ain't been around a couple of weeks, and I miss you. I miss my friend, man.
Why you gotta put me on blast?
Because I miss you. I'm not trying to put you on blast. I'm just saying I miss my friend. That's it. Oh, that's what's up, man.
I said I can't miss tonight. I'm tired, but I ain't gonna miss.
That's what's up. Hey, I see everybody in the green room. Make sure to my new person that's in the green room, can you wave? I see you. Wave. You know who I'm talking to that's working right now. I know you at work. No, not you, Negro. Man, you know what? Come on to the stage. What up, man? Comedian Tony Love in the building. What's up, Tony?
What's up? Glad to be here, man. I appreciate y'all having me.
Yes, sir. And I'm glad you could make it, Tony. Man, you were here last week, but we didn't get a chance to get enough comments from you. So I need you to be prepared tonight. I'm coming to you. You're the only other guy on stage. So you're the only one that's got my back tonight. Hey, shout out to everybody that's on Instagram. Y'all come on over. Go ahead, bro. What you saying?
What was Buddy's name on the couch last week? I let him do all the talking.
That's my best friend.
Al.
No, we had somebody new. That's my homeboy Estevan. But somebody else that was on last week that I didn't really get a chance to highlight. You ready for me? She does all the graphics on the show. She does. I mean, everything that we throw up here that looks like the whole intro, she does all that. So you ready to come to the stage? Come on to the stage, dope female trainer. What up, Shaq? What's up, Shaq? We got you on mute. Come on off mute for me, Shaq.
What's good? Hey,
Shaq. How you doing? Welcome to the stage, Shaq.
Thank you. ¿Cómo estás? Muy bien.
Here she goes.
They not. Here she go. Hey. That's what's up. Hey, I got another young lady. She's a grown woman, but they call her that girl. I think she might be that girl. Come on to the stage, Sophie, that girl. What up, Sophie? What's up, Sophie? How you doing? How you doing?
I'm pretty good.
Good, good. We ain't seen you in a couple weeks. How you been? You been all right?
I am good. I'm here. Here
Okay.
for you.
Hey, we missed you too, Sophie. Come on up to the stage. And I got one more new person. Hey, hey, man, shout out to everybody that's in the comments. First of all, I see you, Natasha Simona. Yes, we do have a full house. Shout out to Natasha Simona. When you come into the stage, Natasha, we waiting on you. Bring all of your troops. Okay, now for the new person that's on this in the green room, are you ready? Because I see you working. You ready? Give me a thumbs up if you. Okay, she's smiling. All right, hey, come on to the stage. This is my home girl, my sister from another mister. She's from let me not get it wrong. She's from Ethiopia. This is my home girl, TG. TG, what up, TG?
Hi guys.
Hey.
Hey, TG, do me a favor.
Yeah.
Turn your phone horizontal for me.
Like this?
Hey, just like that. Y'all see what it do? That's why we like it like that.
Right there.
That's why we like it. What's up, TG? So TG, I know
What's up,
you're
guys?
working. So you gotta let me know how long you can stay on tonight. How long
I
you
mean,
got?
I'm kind of slow, but now you know how when you do customer service and stuff, people come in and out. So
Okay.
but I
So-
want to join for a little bit at least, and then
Okay. Well, so look, welcome to the show. On the new platform, I'm able to take you off the stage and bring you back up and all that stuff. So what I'll do is, while you're working, if you could go on mute, that'd be great. And if for some reason it gets distracting because we see a lot going on, I may do this. But don't worry, you're still on the stage. You're just in the green room. And then when you're ready, I can bring you back up. You can wave at me, and then I'll bring you back up. Okay.
Sure, I got it. Okay.
Cool. All right. Cool. And look, I'm gonna mute you. You keep working. I'm gonna do the mute.
I'm mute. You don't have to worry. I'm muting myself, and then I'll take the combo.
Sounds good. Hey, look, man, for everyone that is on Instagram right now, thank you for joining everybody that's on Instagram. I want you guys to follow me on YouTube. Come on over to YouTube right now. Go to YouTube and go to Dave Life TV, YouTube /C/Dave Life TV. And come on over here, man. We are here live, man. We rocking. We in the building tonight. And I want to say thank you, man. I appreciate all of y'all. All right. It's time to get started. Enough of all of the background and all that. And we didn't have our little music going. We good. We good. All right. So look, I do have a topic, and the topic tonight, you guys, is who gets the better man? Who gets the better man? Now, I know that can a lot can be said about that. Who gets the better man? This is episode 239, but I do want to play a clip. And unfortunately, I think I can only play this clip once because it has some music behind it. And I do know that YouTube is really, really big on the copyright stuff. Okay. So what I'm going to do is play this once, and we just going to have to go from there and remember what was said, because I'm not going to play it over and over again. Okay, here we go. Boom. All right, you guys. Okay, listen to what she says, and then let's be prepared to talk about it.
A woman who is broke and never been to college, but is fine as hell, can cook, has good nurturing skills, good in bed, will always get the better man than the woman who makes hella bread, is hella accomplished, but she is totally out of touch with her womanly side and role. It's women right now making tons of money, A+ credit, business rolling, while you're gone at work all day. Your man is cheating with a woman who's unemployed and makes him feel like a man. When a woman says, oh, they don't want me independent because I don't gotta take his ish. Basically, what she's saying is that if I have my own everything, I can talk to you any kind of way. It means I can have other men. I got my own money, got my own car. That right there should disqualify a woman from being the wifey, the face card. We as women should all be functioning as adults. Money, credit, transportation, housing. That's called being a grown adult. Broke.
Okay. All right. So she's she's saying, look, if you are nurturing, if you have good nurturing skills, you're good in bed, but you don't have no money, but you kind of broke and whatever. She's saying that woman will actually get a better man than a woman that is successful. Let's call it decent or average looking or just cute, not necessarily, fine and top notch. But she's successful, but she's mean, and it's all about her accomplishments. She's saying that woman will not get the better man. The woman that is actually broke will get the better man. So I want to get everyone's take on this, and let's start with whoever is ready. So who wants to go with this one first? I'll go with Sheena.
It's gonna go with me.
I won't go with Sheena. I'll go. Who was ready to go? Who said they was ready?
Oh, I said I was, but if Queen Sheen wants to go, she must.
You got it, Sophie.
You got
So
it.
Sophie,
said a lot of
who
things.
gets the better man? Who gets the better man? The woman that is now. The way I put it on Instagram on my story was a woman that's fine as F, but not educated. She's very sweet. She's fine. She's sweet. She's broke. She's not that educated. Will she get a better man? Will she pull a better man? Or will the woman who is not necessarily as fine, still decent, but not necessarily fine as F, she ain't sweet, she mean, but she hella successful and she's extremely educated. Who's going to get the better man?
The young lady said a lot of generalizations, so she's right. I love the phrase, everyone's right, but no one's right. When you make a lot of general, broad statements like that, I would think to consider the fact that if a woman is very attractive, doesn't have good credit, is not working, that says a lot about her as it is. So that's one thing. Then you have the woman who is educated and has A1 credit, has a good job. That's another thing as it is. If you want to throw in their attractiveness, I would split it and say, if a woman is attractive, it doesn't matter if she has all those qualities that she's like labeling. Of course, if she's attractive, a lot of times guys they'll take a bad attitude. They'll put up with more.
Okay.
My woman's like, I'll put up more if she's got a fat behind or she's got a pretty face, little waist. You put up with more. But if you're not so attractive, it almost doesn't matter if you don't have the personal skills, it almost doesn't matter what your accolades are.
So
that's what I'll start with.
Okay.
Can't repeat it.
So Sophie brings up a good point. So I just want to piggyback off of her. And I want to add that I think it depends on what your standard is. Because if you're a woman and you're not going to lower your standards for just to settle to be with a man. And vice versa. If a man knows what his standards is, if he said, oh, she got to be bad, she got to have good credit, she got to have this, she got to have that, then that's going to be different from just, oh, I'm going to settle and she good in bed. She got a pretty face and she cook, but that's it. Don't nobody want a broke woman. Don't nobody want a broke man either. So it just depends on what are your standards.
Tony?
If you don't mind, I would like to let all the ladies speak.
Okay. All right, Shaq.
A woman who has not the best credit, who's attractive, that doesn't have an education, will always end up with a better man. Whether she's a side chick, a left chick, right chick, she's gonna be able to pull your man while you're at work. So the young lady was absolutely correct. The woman who's successful and have all the accolades, she does tend to have the upper hand, because while she pulls everything, she's the breadwinner. You just have a slice of bread. So she will, you're sort of kind of like his milk woman. Whatever he needs, you will provide. And while you're working, because he has the luxury of living that life, he will go back to that young lady who actually strokes him the right way in bed. Because why? The one who's successful don't 9 times out of 10, well, more times than not, she's not going to give you that sexual pleasure that you desire
Hmm.
from a woman who doesn't have much, because so that means she has to overcompensate.
Mm.
She knows how to, because that's what her lifestyle is. Whereas the woman who has the degrees and things of that nature, she's going to act like an or uppity. 9 times out of 10, that's just who she is. And she won't be as open. From what I've experienced, she won't be as open to give him what he desires as far as the slut in the bed. Whereas the one who doesn't have to work hard, she knows what he wants. So to that point, he's going to get the best worlds. He's going to get both the best worlds. He's going to get the A1 credit plus the slut who's going to be at her house while she's at work. He's going to do it.
Okay, wait. So I'm hearing. So what I heard from you, Shaq, is that her ability to wait a minute. If she doesn't have to work that much, then that means that um, she may be able to treat him better because she's not as.
No, no, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is one who's less educated and who has the bad credit, but is fine. She used that as her job, so she knows what a man wants.
Oh, so she's serious. She's more focused on
Okay.
men because she ain't worried about career.
Because she doesn't have to.
Oh,
Taken care of by that man. He gives her whatever whether it's attention or whatever, she's paid attention to. Why? Because that's all she has to offer. So she has a high level of low self esteem because it's all she has to work for. It's
mm.
pleasing that man. Whereas the woman who has the A1 credit and things of that nature, she's more so based her life around taking care of herself as well as being the provider. So while she's working, the one that's at home is the one who's stroking your man.
Okay. Okay. Hmm. So okay. So let me make sure I'm following. So the woman that's more focused on the man is going to get a better man or keep a better man because she makes it her job. Okay. TG, I know you were I hope you were listening, TG.
Yeah,
Which
I've
which
been listening.
which woman will get the better man? Go turn your phone sideways for me. Which there you go. Which woman will get the better man? The woman that is fine as heck, but is not that educated, but she's very sweet. She's very sweet, but she's not that educated. She don't have no money. She's gonna get a better man, and or versus the woman that is not as fine. You know, she's cool. She's average. She's meaning her attitude, but she's hella successful and has hella educated. Which of those two options will get the better man?
Dave, you're muffled.
Yeah. Okay, I heard you. Well, my thing is like it's not about which one get a better man, because one thing is I can say is women who is educated, have their own things together, know their value than women who don't have anything. So that's why men feel so comfortable sometimes to, because not all but most men like to have a control over women. So from the women who's educated or have their things together or they're working, they're hustling, they cannot be controlled easy, you know what I mean? Because the only thing
Mm,
women in that relationship wants is like respect, these respect, cherishness, and then that's all women require. I can give you example. I have a friend that who who had a girlfriend that was building him up, creating him a business and all that stuff, right? And then
mm-hmm,
who has a good family, rich family. She's very educated, respectful, loyal. But she wasn't a woman that can go and sleep with other women with him. Like, you know what I mean? Doing all these things that he create in his mind because she has value for herself.
mm-hmm,
So he ended up cheating on her, and then with this girl, she doesn't have education, doesn't have work, she skilled anything, but anything he asked her when it comes to his sexual desire or satisfaction, she was
mm-hmm,
down with it because that's the only thing she can offer, right?
mm-hmm,
So they ended up getting married. Now they have 2 kids. Their marriage is really in a bad condition. I'm telling you, like it's a friend of friend that I know. And now he's really cursing, hating, and he's hating his life. He doesn't know what to do, whatever. So sometimes man decided with their needs and on emotion and sexual desire than what really good for them. So women, as I say, women whoever have, because like I can give you my example. I'm very sweet in relationship. If I'm in a relationship, I respect my man. I cook, clean, whatever you cook, you do it, you say it like whatever time I have, right? But at the same time, he has to be respectful. If he passed the boundary, I wouldn't stay in a relationship, because at this point I'm not looking for you to save me or something like that. I'm here for someone to love me the way how I love you. You know what I mean? So that's
Okay.
what makes us different. It's not being bitter or not sweet or not. Just you cannot throw us around like like in the old days, like how our mom goes through, or how our great grandparents go through, because we are in different era. That's all. And then
So
I'm done.
okay, so let me get Tony's opinion, because Tony, you don't know the guy on the stage. I'm hearing a theme, but I want you to answer first before I even give my opinion. So Tony, who gets the better man? Is it, and I'm going to give you the same scenario. Is it the woman who is fine as hell, very sweet, not educated, broke? Does she get the better man, or is it the woman who is cute, cool, average looking, mean, not sweet, mean, but hella educated and hella successful? She got paper. Who gets the better man, Tony?
You take so long to ask the question, I forget my damn answer. You run the whole thing back from 30 minutes ago.
All right,
Dang.
well, jump in then, fam. Jump
All right, so
in.
check this out. So first thing you have to ask yourself is what is it that men value in women? And that question will answer itself. We live in a society where, rightfully so, men are expected to be providers, which they should. Yet the woman wants to be strong, independent, and make her own money. We have to ask ourselves, what does a man get in return for his provision? So if you're working, you're making your own money, and I'm providing for you in the home, who is taking care of the home? Who is raising our legacy? Because I chose you as a wife because of your character, because of who you are. A man never cares about a woman's education or how much money she makes. Because at the end of the day, the man is going to be, he should be the provider. So it doesn't matter what she makes. I heard, I think it was TJ mentioned something about
TG.
TG, I'm sorry.
It's all good.
And you hear women say they know their value. And it's one thing to know what you value yourself as, but it's another thing to have the wherewithal of how the world values you, or how the partner that you want values you. You see what I'm saying? We have to, we know women know what kind of man they want, but do they know what type of woman that man wants? And then do they fit that mold? So do they know what men value? Do they know that men value women who are fit, who are feminine, and are agreeable? Nowhere do you hear a man say, "Oh man, she got to make money." No, they gonna say, "Do she got a fat ass first?" They are not gonna say how much money, man. What the titties look like? That what they gonna say? Not about man, but what that degree look like. I ain't never heard a man say, "But how many degrees she got though?" You never heard that. So
Okay.
first, the man has to be physically attracted to you, right?
Okay.
And then after that, the other qualities that he's looking for. But to someone's point, A man who values himself is not gonna put up with attitude, is not gonna put up with things that don't serve his purpose. But Sophie did make the point that the finer you are, typically the more men will put up with, just like the more money a man makes, the more a woman will put up with. I.e., case in point, Tamar and Vince. Come on.
All right, so let me make sure I'm following. Okay, you're saying that don't no man ask about degrees. Okay, so you're insinuating that in that two frame scenario, the woman that's less educated, that's fine as hell, is gonna get chosen faster than the woman that is average or cute, but is hella educated and mean.
Uh, are we associating being educated with having degrees?
Mm.
Mm-mm.
Hold on,
Mm-mm.
no. Okay, hold on. Okay, Tony. That's a great question. First of all, hold up. Hey, Chris, I see somebody trying to connect. I see you, Chris. Turn your camera on. Turn your camera and your sound on, and it should connect. I see it says device not connected. It's trying, Chris. And then anybody else. I don't know if Shaq is still in the house. Shaq, if you're still in the house, come on back up to the green room. All right. The scenario that the lady gave, and I can't play it again because I don't want to, they had music and I don't want to mess up the live. Scenario she gave was she said a woman that's fine as heck, that's broke, is gonna get chose over a woman that is, cool, but is hella successful and hella educated. Now I added to it fine and sweet, like attitude versus rich and mean or rich and funky or sadiddy. All right. And I'm hearing a theme here. A lot of women are saying it sounds like they're like a man will choose a woman that's not smart or a woman that's not accomplished because they want to manipulate. So I'm hearing the theme that men are manipulative and so they're going to choose the woman that they can manipulate. I'm
Where
hearing
you
you.
get that from? Who said manipulate?
TG.
Hold on, hold on, hold on. Let me find it.
TG
Oh,
said
oh,
that
Nope.
TG. Okay, okay,
TG,
yeah.
that
TG
like
TG.
was from
Not
school.
only that, Natasha
That wasn't
Simona
a
said
theme.
in
I
the
don't know. I
comments.
know I didn't say it.
Well, Natasha Simona said in the comments, sounds like the man who is insecure will grab the woman he knows he can manipulate. And my thing is, let's stay on topic because ain't nobody say anything about a man being insecure. All we
well,
said was which woman will get
well,
chosen
Dave, those are
faster.
shaming tactics that women who can't get the man they want use.
All right, hold
That's
on.
And
Yeah, but
vice
we don't
versa.
want to attack nobody. But we don't want to attack. We're not attacking nobody,
no, I'm
right?
not
So we
attacking her.
keep
I'm
it.
just saying those are shaming tactics.
Okay.
A man is not insecure for it's ironic that a man is insecure again for having standards, but a woman is not.
Mm-hmm.
When a woman has
Okay.
standards, it's go girl, but when a man has standards, he's insecure. So
And then
Okay.
also, it seems like there's this narrative, which I want to say for the record that I am not in agreement with, that because a woman is confident, because she's educated herself, because she has money, then that makes her ugly. So if we wanted to, because there's women who are attractive, who are also educated, who are also sweet, who are also kind. Then there are women
Right.
who are not attractive and they have the bad credit, they or whatever it is. So it's really to me sounding like really to be keep it 100. If you're attractive and XYZ, then your probability of getting a man. If you're unattractive and you're negative and have all these things going for you, the likelihood of you getting a man is that. I don't think it has nothing to do because like Tony was saying that I personally have never actually have met a man that we were going to school for medical school and I was like, well, I kind of feel bad because I'm not going to medical school. So he was like, have I ever asked you like to, have I asked you about your credit? Am I concerned about no? And he said exactly what Tony said about you're fit, you're attractive, you're sweet, you hold good conversation. I can bring you around my family. You don't mind going to the beach. Those things is what men look for. So if whatever man got in your head and made you feel like you got to have all these things, he's looking for to quit his job so he can sit at home and ride your back. So he was like, we're not doing that here. So you want a man that's going to, you know, pay all your bills, you better get to the gym. You better go ahead and, you know, you better go ahead and learn how to sloppy top. You better hold tippy toe. You know, you better know how to do all of that if you are uneducated, and especially if you got bad credit. That means you can't even take care of yourself.
That's
that
true.
means you can't even take care. You know, let life keep lifing. Let's see what 50 look like. Better yet, show me a picture of your mama.
Okay.
She's spitting tonight.
Oh, I got you.
Like, you don't have no music, nothing.
I got you. Hold on. We coming, everybody. What I want to do though, I want to pause for a moment because I need to let people know. I need to let people know what's happening. Oh, we need solo Sophie. There we go. Okay, I was trying to do this. All right, I need to let everybody know what's happening. Chris, I see you, Chris. Do I need to resend the link because I saw it trying to add you, but it wasn't able to add you. But I got room on the stage, so go back and click on the link that I sent, and I'll try to send it again. That's for everyone that I sent the link to that wants to join. If you want to join the stage, then I need you to DM me right now and say that you want to join the stage. All right, we're gonna pause for just a brief station identification. All right, and then we'll be back. All right, this is Dave Life After Dark, man. We'll be right back, y'all. Just a pause. All right, look, man, we back. So what I want y'all to do, man, I want you guys to click on YouTube, go to the live tab, and then click on the live show and you can watch it. If you are actually trying to get on the stage, I want you to DM me right now and I will send you the link to the stage. Okay. And I can bring everybody back on up to the stage. So, all right, let's see. Come on back up. Sheena. Boom. Tone. All right, Sophie, come on back when you can. And then, all right, I see you, Chris. You just got to turn your camera on. All right, and then come on, TG. Oh, I see it trying to add. Chris is trying. All right, let's see what happens. All right, so Sheena, give me your take on some of this. I thought I heard a little bit earlier. I really thought I heard a little bit earlier that men, you know, like, they don't want someone that's not educated. They want someone that has a brain. The successful woman is going to get the man. I think I also heard, you know, men want whoever's fine. They're going to go for whoever's fine. And then Sophie brought up a great point that just because a woman's successful doesn't mean she's ugly. And I agree. So I gave two extremes, and I said, really the extremes, Sheena, were money and broke. Broke was also fine. Money was also average. I don't want to say ugly, but I was making a clear point that the finer one was the broke one, and then I also made the point that the finer one was the nicer one. So now let's do this,
which is rare.
So let's do this. She rich, she fine. Attitude sucks still. Then you got broke, fine. Attitude sweet. Pleasure to be around. Who's going to get the man?
Don't nobody want nobody with no bad attitude. Your attitude take you a long way. So, but you know, money talks to some people, and it depends on what your intentions are with the person. So with some men, they might just be like, "Oh, she got money. I'm about to get it in. I'm finna get whatever I can out of her, taking advantage." And then on the flip side, with the lady the broke person, the broke lady, he just might be like, she's sweet. I'm gonna give her everything she wants. I'm gonna wine and dine her, whatever, and I'm still gonna smash. So,
right,
it's all about intention. What you want. Like, are you in a relationship? Or y'all just friends with benefits? Like, what's the agreement here?
Okay. All right, I'm gonna resend the link to the people that can't get in. So I'm gonna remove you, Chris, and then I'm gonna resend you the link. Tony, go ahead, bro.
Oh no, I was just talking about the people that can't get the link. Like, it's real easy. Like, you just click on copy, Safari. And come right up. You keep stopping the show to
How about this, Tony? I'll give you 2 minutes. Do your thing.
No, I'm just saying I'm good on time.
Go ahead. Because Tony is the educated man with a good attitude. That's who he is. So go ahead and talk, Daddy. Go
wrong,
ahead.
man. Shit. I think we also have to look at the levels of getting a man. What does getting a man mean to the woman? Because it's one thing to get a man to sleep with you. It's another thing to get a man to marry you.
You better say that, Tony.
You better.
So a woman who's quote unquote bad or look good, yeah, they're gonna be in your DMs because you know what I'm saying, they want that sloppy toppy she was talking about, of course, right? But the other qualities that we talk about, like is she nurturing, is she caring, things that men really love is they want to be respected and admired. You know what I'm saying? Like when I came on and Sophie was like, Tony, I was like, what I'm talking about. You see what I'm saying? When a man feels really, that's anybody feel appreciated by their partner, that really says a lot, as opposed to what do you bring to the table is such an annoying question.
I think so too.
I don't like that question. Why do we even saying that?
It's just like a person's actions will tell you more than their words ever will.
Absolutely.
So all you have to do is observe, and it's okay that if this person doesn't meet your standards, that's okay. We should never try to turn someone into who we want them to be, because even if they try, they'll regret it later. Allow people to be who they are, and if it's not for you, then just walk away. And if it's for you, then that's what it is. But women often conflate a man who will sleep with them versus a man who will be in a committed relationship or even marriage with them. And I think that needs to be understood.
Yeah.
With that phrase, better man, like better can be temporary. You know, when you're renting a car, you may rent a car that's better than what you have, but once that time is over, it's over.
You gotta return it,
once
right?
that season is over, once cuffing season is over, then, or once you get pregnant, you have that baby and your belly, and then now you're coming to him for child support, you may not see that cute and sweet personality. When you have a woman who's making let's just say six figures, let's just say that's a marker. When she has gone through the mud, if she is a woman of color or has come from, having to fight to get her degree, having to go ahead and get into the paint and do it herself, you best believe I'm not going to let you come in and knock me off my block, put my house on foreclosure, ride around in my Nina with other women. No, you are going to get a certain posture from a woman who has nothing. She has nothing to lose. I'm not arguing with nobody who has nothing to lose. I'm not damn sure fighting with anybody who has nothing to lose. You act different when you have something to lose. When you have nothing to lose, you'll be hands on your knees. You'll be doing the foursomes. Yeah. You'll be going on trips, leaving your kids at home alone. You'll be doing all those things because you're trying to come up.
A woman with nothing to lose will bust your windows out. So we got to be very careful.
Yeah,
very.
Shut up.
Hey, I want to welcome Video Lady to the stage. What's up, Yvette?
Hello, Yvette.
Gotta unmute for us, Yvette. You on mute. All right. Hey, look, Chris was trying to join. Chris, you got to unmute. I don't know how. Yvette, I got to. Uh-oh. Hello, Echo? Okay. Yvette, I can't hear you at all.
Tony, don't start.
Put me back in studio.
Oh, you're not ready yet, Yvette?
No, I'm not ready yet.
Yeah.
All right. I have a question. When you clicked on the link, did it ask you to do anything special? Because so we have people trying to get on the stage, it's not letting them up.
It did, but I'm having problems because a minute ago my speaker was working. Now you're coming out my computer and it's not right. So Let me link up.
Okay.
So Dave, when you send a link, if they on their phone, what happens is they need to copy. It's gonna tell them copy the link and then put it in Safari.
Oh wait, so you have to use it you have to use Safari?
Yes.
You don't.
Oh, I do.
Well,
It
I
suggests.
do. No, well, it says copy the link that copy the link and
Yeah.
then put it in Safari. So
Yeah.
you still have
All
to put
right,
it in.
Chris, try
I got
that.
an iPhone though. You have an iPhone, Sophie?
I have an iPhone.
Oh,
I
okay.
I
got
have
an
an iPhone
iPhone
too.
too.
So I
So
copy and paste mine. I put it in Google and it works. And then before you come on, it tells you your mic, it tells you your camera, and then there's no issue.
right,
Okay.
but
So
you didn't put it in Safari, but you still put it in the
I put it in Google and it worked. So
Google
if someone is
Chrome.
saying that's, and I have an iPhone.
Okay,
So
yeah.
that's a challenge still, then it might be user error.
You trying to say you slow?
I said user error. Tony.
Well, I'm just asking. I just want to make sure.
This is coming from the same person who needed to get what did I say earlier today? I need my tires. What was it?
The car
My car
overheated.
was overheated.
Car
And I
overheated.
went
So
and got an oil change.
Yeah, I'm like, your oil bone ain't no oil in there, just bone dry. You better hope your engine don't blow out.
It wasn't the oil. It was my what's it called? Coolant.
the car
Oh.
overheated. She took it to the car wash. I said that is not going to work.
And did.
Dave, we can't
You know
hear
you on mute. You on
We
mute.
can't hear you. Let's take advantage. We can't hear you. Dave.
Let's take advantage. That's how you know what? Oh, y'all. Tony, no, I see you, man. I see you. Hey, I'm trying to get the people with technical difficulty. Hey, Dre, I see you trying to come in. Dre, what I need you to do, Dre, I need you to copy the link from Instagram and then close Instagram and then put it in your browser. Paste it from your browser. So I need you to try to enter from the browser. Chris, man, try if you could do that. If you could copy the link, put it in the browser, and then come on back up. All right. Look, y'all, we're trying to get everybody on here, man. I see everybody trying to come up. I'm so glad that everybody's interested in this topic. But I just need y'all. I need y'all to paste that link into the browser and try again. All right. Cool. Okay. All right. We bringing everybody. Everybody back up. All right, y'all. It's Dave Life. Come on, let's bring everybody back up. Come on, Tone. All right, come on, Sheena. All right, Dre, it's trying.
And I'm also curious. I mean,
hey, there he is. Let's.
No, he ain't. It's nobody else.
I thought, man, he was there and then he wasn't.
Hey,
so
go ahead. So he cut you off.
well, I'm just saying, it's very interesting when they say who gets the better man, and we have equal parties right now. We have 2 female and 2 male. But my stance is, the man chooses the woman. Coming from a former chaser, it's like, if you have to chase someone, no one's going to. Some people will leave $1 on the floor. They'll leave a nickel. Not very many people leave $5 bill. Not very many people may leave 10. Some people may buy, but if a man sees something, this is how I understand. And the homies have taught me, he's going to get it. You're not going to have to wave the dollar. Hey man, you're not going to do any of that. And there's certain things that men look for. They do absolutely. I don't know. I know we have a lot of self-love stuff going on, where we've been told and it's great that you love yourself, but certain caliber men, they do appreciate health, character, looks, your countenance. Also, here's a new one. They also like how you interact with other women. Are other women drawn to you? Are you, can you hold a conversation? Do you have female friends? These are all the different things. So better man, was it Subway? Better meats? Who is it? Better quality, better. It's just what you're looking for as far as better.
Arby's. We have the meat.
Some men like Subway. Some men like Boar's Head. It's a different. He is not. Dave is not even getting any of my jokes. Boar's Head, that was good.
Boar's Head. You should have said Boar's Head, meat, or Publix. You said
yes, Boar's Head, meat, or Publix.
Damn, the whole time I thought you said Whore's Head. I'm like,
no, Boar's Head.
Damn, my fault. Damn. I thought you said horse head. I'm like, that's
Horse head. But you know, some men want horse head. It's the truth. The red light district. Some men, they don't mind paying $10, you know, in the back of the alley somewhere. Some men do.
Yeah.
So Parrish said in the comments, she said, women don't have to posture when you choose with wisdom. Women don't have to posture.
Women
But
don't.
like Sophie said, women not choosing, the man is choosing, right?
Yeah, he's choosing.
Women,
you don't have to posture, but you just might find yourself alone. You know, and I have good male friends, and they tell me, you know, it's your mouth, you know, and I'm like, oh no, it's not. But after a couple times, you know, when he blocks you and you think that means pull up, you get a restraining order, you get a TPO, then you might want to.
That's toxic.
Check yourself.
That's the best horse head when it's toxic. But you're right.
She said horse head or boar's head.
I thought she said
either way.
I don't know.
Horse head. Horse head.
But
that's a new one.
Good point. And it even go. And I hate to be the guy about the Bible or whatever, but it's he who finds a wife, right? So he chooses. But Parrish does make a good point. And women choose, but they choose passively, meaning if I see you across the room, Sophie, and you're not gonna say, "Hey, you're gonna give me a look. You're gonna put your hair behind your ears," and that's science. Like science shows that women do that because they want you to see their neck because it's supposed to attract them. So that's how women choose. Women say, "Hey, come get this pussy," you know what I'm saying, and then we go get it. You know what I'm saying, and we go get it. But just because they show it, don't mean we gonna, you know what I'm saying, we gonna go get it.
Go get it. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
And since you brought up the Bible, Eleazar, when he went to go find the king's son, you know, those of you who know, look up Eleazar. He was, I guess, the king's right-hand man, and he had to go out to find the king's son a wife. And there were certain things he had to look for. He wasn't saying education, all those things. There's certain things that he looked for. And when he saw a woman doing that very thing, then he knew that's the woman that I want to select to be, you know, the wife. So there is, I mean, we don't, a lot of these things, I know we as women, I didn't like, but once you understand and you give a man a space, like we're giving, you know, Dave and Tony that space to really be real, it's gonna hurt. You know, nobody wants to hear you have to go to the gym. You need to fix your teeth.
So we're I know we're shifting. I know we're shifting to he who finds a wife finds a good thing, right? And Tony, man, we can bring up the Bible anytime on Dave Life After Dark because I ain't got no problem with it. That's what I believe in. All right. Now, let me say this. I know we're talking about he that findeth a wife, but is the conversation more about what men want or what women think men want? For instance, Tony's been saying all day that men look for different things. Beauty is a big part of it. Being fine is a big part of it. Men don't care about your money. Now, I'm going to say this. Some men don't care about your money because I know some men that actually care about whether she's caked up. And I know some men that's like, she ain't got to be caked up, but she just got to be able to contribute to the household. And then other men be like, she ain't got to do nothing. Her money's no good over here. So I've heard all three. Personally, I've heard all three. I feel like it depends on where you are in life and what you want out of life and what sort of help you want. If you want a person, I see you now, Chris. Hold up, Yvette, you ready to come up?
Where you are in life.
I'm ready.
Come on, come on, Yvette. Chris, man, thank you. Everybody. All right, Chris, you gotta unmute yourself, Chris, and turn your phone horizontal. Unmute yourself and turn your phone. There you go. And then you gotta unmute yourself. I can't unmute you. Oh, here we go. Hold up. He was there. Damn, Chris.
One every week.
Damn it. Chris.
Everybody turned his phone and turned himself around.
Chris, you was there. He was there.
He turned himself and the phone.
You do the hokey and you turn yourself around.
He did. That's all about.
Don't be worried about it, bro. Don't Wi-Fi said.
Put the camera out. Turn your mic on. Turn your camera all about.
Hey, look, man. Everybody that's trying to get on the show, trust me, StreamYard is a great device, is a great tool, but you got to do it right. So here's. Let me just do the stage identification. All right, everybody that's on the gram, everybody's on the gram. Look, we live on the gram. Okay, I need y'all to come on over to YouTube. When you get the link to come onto the stage for all my speakers, turn your phone horizontal. Do that for me, and then go into your settings and turn off your phone lock, because the phone can lock, and you can turn it horizontal, and you know what?
Don't tell me it locked.
No,
But when they turn it, they don't gotta turn with it. They don't have to be like that. You hear me? All right, check this out, right? Because what I was saying, right? Click. No, you don't talk to it. Hello? Hello?
I'm crying.
Mama, what happened? Mama! I'm about to tell you what a real man want, mama.
Oh, mommy said
he on his mama internet. Won't tell him what a real man
That's funny.
Man, I'm over here crying. All right, look.
Get Chris so heated, he get it right, so he can come on here and say what he got to say.
He said it don't work. It did work. Chris, we saw you.
Man, you gotta sit. You gotta sit like this.
Don't listen to Tony.
Like this. Can y'all see me?
Turn your hotspot off.
Can you see me? Hey, mama.
Hold that camera down, Drake. Let me see what's going on. Hold the camera down. Look, stand up again. Tony, say it one more time.
Oh, here you go. Here you go. Hold on. Hey, Chris. Oh, man, listen. Let me go on mute. Y'all talk amongst yourselves. Yvette, welcome to the stage. Yvette, I'm gonna give you the highlight because Yvette has not chimed in just yet.
Go ahead, Yvette.
All right. And Yvette, my question for you is, who gets the better man? Now we forgot about that part. So part of the question that the lady posed in the meme was the better man. All right. Mm-hmm. So is it the woman that's fine as heck, but broke? Now she's very sweet. She's sweet. She's fine, but she broke. And she's not that educated. Right. Or Yvette, is it going to be the woman that is not as fine? You know, she's kind of average, right? Mm-hmm. She mean. Funky attitude, but she caked up. Who's going to get the better man? Yvette, and I'll let you have the stage.
I was listening to her for a hot second, and I was gonna make a whole little notation and write some notes and stuff before I came on, but I didn't have time. I think it just depends on the man and what he's looking for. I mean, because a lot of times as women, we think the woman with all the attitude seem to always have a person. It just seems like men like women that walk over them. At least it appears that way. But I just think it depends on the kind of man and what he wants. I mean, if a man has self-confidence in himself and he does not have a problem with having I don't even want to use the word strong woman, because that gets taken out of text a lot of times when you say that. So I'm going to say a woman with a lot of with a lot to bring educational wise, and she could bring a lot to the table, if that makes sense to anybody. Because I'm trying not to say strong woman, because then when you say strong, it brings out certain things in people. But I'm saying a woman that can add to the yin to his yang, if that makes sense.
It does.
You know, you want someone that, if I'm weak here, I need my woman to be stronger here. Like if I know I don't know how to handle the finances and I'm bad with money, but I'm good at making it, but I'm bad at being responsible with it, then I would need that woman who knows how to be responsible. Because if we're both spenders, we both gonna be broken in the street.
Okay, so you're saying that a helpmeet is who a man wants. Okay, but before he can tell if she's a helpmeet, all he know is she fine, but she broke, and she's very sweet. And then he know the other woman got money, but she mean, and she's not as fine. So he, before he know anything else, who is he going after?
Well, if you don't know anything else, the man is going for looks and booty first because men are visual. They're looking for the body and the boom and the easy lay in the beginning. It's not until they realize that later
Easy on the
on,
eyes. Easy on the eyes.
later on that she's not everything that he wants because you know I think it's visual first, but then later on, if he wants someone who can still be aesthetically pleasing,
Right.
and still can, do all the other things that a woman should have, qualities a woman should have, it should be okay. It just again depends on the man and the woman. Because see, here's one thing I want to say this when I was watching her little clip. And from being on all these other lives that you and I have been on together, you would think that it's a dirty word for a woman to have her own or have money, and it's not. And I think that's just a problem that Black people have because or ethnic people have, because other cultures want a strong woman by his side. Because that means we're a power team. We both are doing it to bring it. If the lifestyle that you want requires 2 certain incomes in order to make it work, then that's what the man wants. Some men don't want the one who's just going to be eye candy. Because at the end of the day, when the chips are down, what can eye candy do? If that man lost his job tomorrow, what can that woman do to sustain the family until he can get back there?
Let me say this. The man who is a provider, first off, men don't reach their earning potential till 35 or 40, right? Women are attracted to men with resources because it's associated with being able to be a provider. So that being said, even if he loses one job, he should have multiple streams of income. To where if you lose one, we good. And guess what? Like you said, the yin to my yang. I might make the money, but you might be good at saving it. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, you look good. Of course, we're gonna wanna, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna want to sleep with you. But a man knows he wants to be with you after he gets PNC. Once he gets PNC, then he knows he want to be with you long term.
Hold up. What's PNC?
Post nut clarity. After he nuts, then he gets that. Oh, then he can focus and be like, okay, this is what I like right here. Post nut
I learned something today.
PNC is post nut clarity. After you nut, you okay. Now I'm thinking straight. But before that,
Oh man.
There's no I'll do it. Boom.
You know what I'm gonna give Tony on that one? I'll give you an applause. You know why? Because you're right, Tony. There is post-nut clarity. There is. We've all had it.
Tell me about it. I
We've
never
all had
knew
it.
of this thing you speak of.
Post-nut clarity. All right. So okay. So after he's clear, right? Look, man, I want to get this point back out. If both women are equally fine, if both women are equally easy on the eye, not only physically fine, but visually beautiful, right to the face. Okay, that's equal. One of them struggle, wherever she work, it's struggle, whatever that is. The other woman successful, boom, but got a funky attitude. I still want to know from the women who you think the man is picking. They both fine.
He's gonna fuck both of them, Dave.
No, we not. See, Tony, you know what? Tony,
We're gonna be real. He gonna hit both of them.
Tony, you don't have post nut clarity right now, Tony. You focus on nothing. I need you.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
You not, Tone?
No,
okay.
It's real because at this point he's single, right?
Yeah, he's single. Dating. Yep. He want a wife though, Tony. Tony, you want a wife. He not trying to nut. He not trying to nut.
Yeah, you're adding different things because what's going across my screen is who gets the better man. And I believe better is relative. I'm not a person that believes in this table that people talk about. Bringing to the table, I'm the table, I'm the tree, I'm the seed, I'm the root. I'm the head and not the tail. That's just what I am. So better man is relative to the person who is receiving it. If you're talking about these high quality men, the 6'6", the 6 foot, 6 figures, 6 inches. Is that really better?
You tell
So
me, what's the better man? What's the better man for Sophie?
the better man for me, who is a man who can take care of himself, who has lived life, who knows what he wants. He's comfortable. He's got his multiple streams of income. Of course, he's a believer.
Mm-hmm.
And he's the yin to my yang. He doesn't have to be, he knows when to turn it up, he knows when to turn it down.
Is he more concerned about your money, or is he more concerned about your beauty? Is he more concerned about your femininity and attitude, or your ability to bring financial help to him?
I would say both, because that's just who I am. I've got the money, and I am continuously working on my beauty, which is character, my physique, my mental health, and my spirituality. So I'm doing all of that. So you will find a woman who has money, who is who goes to the gym, who eats, doesn't do a lot of different things that most people do. It's fine. But me, I'm working on my character, because I've been the girl that's fine with the bad attitude. And my growth, it's like, you know what? And it's bad too, because people have hurt you. All those things kind of come with something,
Right.
So once you have healed yourself and you're whole, and you know who you are and you know who you're not, then you will attract, that person for you. But if
Hey
you're looking at
guys,
only aesthetics, time will fail you.
hey, we got a new lifer in the building, y'all. I want everybody to say what's up to Dre. Dre, what up, Dre?
What up, folks?
So Dre is one of my day ones. Dre has been on the show back in episodes 30 through 50. He pops in and out. So it's been a minute. So Dre, we ain't seen you in a minute, man. Welcome back, Dre.
Yes, sir. Glad to be back. How you doing, brother?
Good to see you, man. Your boy S was on here last week. S with him. S was something else.
Yeah, I was at a game. I couldn't make it, man. I was trying to get there, but
you got to check it out. It was classic. All right,
I can imagine.
What game was playing last week?
It was a high school game.
Oh, high school game. Okay. I was like, did I miss something? Okay.
Yeah. So Dre, we got comedian Tony Love in the building. We got Sophie, that girl. We got video lady Yvette, and we got Queen Sheen. A lot of people are in Atlanta, so we will be. I'm sure people will have to drop at some point. But Dre, I'm sure you've heard the discussion. I can't play the video because it has music, and I don't want to get flagged. So I'm just gonna put it out there. Dre, which woman gets the better man? That is the name of this episode. Who gets the better man? Okay, you have a woman that is fine as heck, very nice, but she's broke. And she's not that educated, versus a woman who's not as fine. She's decent. She's average. She's mean, though. She ain't sweet. She's mean, but she caked up and she hella educated. Between those two, and I know it's two extremes, who gets the better man and why?
Two huge extremes.
Mm-hmm.
In my opinion, the nice one would probably get the man more often than the mean one would.
Okay.
Yeah.
The nice one. Tell me why, though.
I had my mom's friend use this analogy quite a while ago, and I think I've shared this before with you, D. Is that we find ourselves in relationships a lot of times that we call our women mommy, and she calls us daddy.
Mm-hmm.
She calls us daddy. And the purpose and the reasoning behind that was that you want someone that's going to nurture you, that's going to basically give you that thing that you receive from like a maternal type situation.
Mm-hmm.
And converse, she wants the exact opposite. She wants someone that's going to feel like a protector, somebody that's has her back, and so money comes and goes, but that relationship, the only thing that's a caveat for me that you said is just the education. I don't like a dumb broad, so it kind of would depend on what we're talking about. As far as we're talking about formal education, or
Well,
just being able to hold a conversation and just have some type of worldly thought outside of just being
right.
book smart. You know what I mean? So
Well, let me be fair to the ladies. I don't know if we want to call them broads because somebody might take
Broad's
offense.
fine.
my bad, my
No,
bad.
It
no, no,
wasn't.
no. Hey,
It
when we
wasn't the
had
broad thing. It was
okay,
the you got to
it,
read the room. As soon as he said dumb broad, you see Sophie. Oh, really? When they go like this and grab the arm,
stop it, Tony. Tony, stop
go
it.
on, go on.
Right, right,
I
right,
go
right.
with
I'm
it.
glad you picked. I'm
Listen,
glad you picked up on that, Tony.
right
I was like,
when a black woman cock her head to the side, be like, what? Yeah,
Right.
Tony, yeah.
Not
So,
reading too
so,
into it. I am personally not offended with.
so
I
let me say
understand dumb
this.
broad.
Hold up, y'all. So I see somebody new in the green room. Wave if you're ready. I see you in the green room. There you go. Okay, you ready? All right. So come on. Welcome to the stage, Parrish. Welcome to the stage, Parrish. Sexy Spirit TV. All right. So I really want Chris to come back to balance out the testosterone and the estrogen. So Chris, if you hearing me,
Oh,
come
Paris
on
is
back,
fine.
brother. Come on back. All right. So look, real quick. So Parrish and Dre, the two new people to the stage. We are discussing, and I know Parrish, you were in the comments, so you may have heard some of this.
I
Um,
heard I heard it, but I had to leave for a little bit, so I don't know where you're at now.
Okay. No. We're just getting Dre acclimated to the room and the concept. The concept, and it is two extremes. And Tony claims that my analogies are very long, and I can't get to the question.
No, not your
Tony,
now. Just your whole storytelling. This is
okay, he said, okay, cool. All right. Well, I'm working on it, Tony. I'll work on my bit. I'll work on my bit. All right, Parrish.
Uh-huh.
Which woman will get the better man? The woman that's fine, sweet, but not educated, and also broke, or the woman who is average, mean, very educated, very successful, got money. Which in those two extremes, humor us. Which woman gets the better man? And then we can go into other opinions and other scenarios.
When you say better, what do you mean by that?
You tell me.
Well, because I feel like I started out in business. What happened? Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm getting into this. I started out in business very young, working with African American women, and I was very young, and they were older, and I provided services to them. And I saw all of those kind of women got the better man for them. You know, the woman that has the physical things going for them, but they're broke, and all of that stuff. They got the man that matched them, which ends up being the rescuer, and then they got to learn to be the woman that they're supposed to be, which is a woman who has the ability to take care of herself. But of course, it's always better when you have a man while you're taking care of yourself and he genuinely cares about you. But if you have a man that has attachments and strings attached, and you got to learn that, there's that woman, and the woman that has it going for her, but she's mean. I've seen a lot of those women have good men, and they run their men, and the men must like it because they choose them, or they don't like it, and they've got to learn. Let me let this woman know, hey, one of us got to put our dicks away, and I got mine naturally. So, so it just depends on. I don't. That's why I said what you mean by better,
Right.
because I think we always get our match.
Okay. So we always get our match. All right. So, well, then now that we have a full house, and again, if I sent you the link, I'm hoping Dope Female Trainer can come back. I'm hoping Chris can come back because I still have two more slots. Okay. So now that we got all that out the way, and we know that better depends on the woman, right? Better depends on the woman. My question to you guys is, um, if the man is picking, and we're saying that beauty is important, our finances important. If you have a woman that is equally as beautiful, equally as sweet, are is her financial situation important? And I have to say it in extremes because I know that there's gray areas everywhere, you guys. I understand there's gray areas, but I'm gonna give y'all an extreme case. You got a woman that's sweet, that's Christian, that's fine, that's beautiful, but her credit sucks. She owes a lot of money in debt, and she work at McDonald's. She will not be getting out of debt anytime soon. You got the same type of woman that's sweet, that's beautiful, that's Christian. Her attitude is amazing, but she's a financial investor, and she's been investing since she was younger, and she coming to it with stocks, bonds, and she's financially stable.
It,
Neither one of them have kids. Who's getting chosen
Is that
in
even
that
a
regard?
question?
it's not about the money.
Right.
It's a clear indication of the type of decisions that they make. That's what's important.
Mhm.
It doesn't. If she got all this credit, what has she done to build up this debt, and why isn't it paid off? Why doesn't she have a job that can pay it off? That to me is an indication of the type of financial strain that she would put me in.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously, the
It's a
answer to your question,
liability.
yeah,
Yes,
absolutely. Is she a liability or is she an asset? And
asset, exactly.
and even I'd rather you be broke with no debt because broke is a state of mind.
That's
You feel me?
absolutely.
Like broke is a state. Just because you don't have no money, that don't mean because me as a provider, I'm a provide you a way to get money. Like I'm a bring you in on my business where you helping me make money. Now you got a job, and now I got
Mm-hmm.
someone who I can trust with me handling the money. Like when I go on the
Mm-hmm.
road, you book my show, you
That's
get the
it.
money, you book the show, you contact the
Yep.
venue. Don't nobody talk to me unless they talk to you for now you got a job. Now you help. You see what I'm
Yes.
saying? So
Yep.
that's way more valuable than a woman who done built up all this debt and working at McDonald's because again, it's an indication of her decision making.
Okay. So decision making is important
Yeah.
and judgment. And Dre said, is that even a question? Why'd you say that, Dre? Is that even a question?
I mean, because they're all equal and except for that she's financially ignorant and doesn't make money. I mean, why would I purposely choose someone that's working at McDonald's? Everything is all is equal except for the fact that she doesn't know how to handle her finances. Why would I even think about choosing her?
Yeah.
Right. All right. So Dre, let's do the extreme thing again. Let's do the extreme. Neither one of them are financially well off. Neither one of them. Okay. Neither one is financially well off. One is
One
both
looked
look
like
good.
Precious.
No, she look good now. She didn't have her little surgery. Anyway, go
But
ahead.
One
she
looked like
married though. But
Precious.
she's
Precious looks
married.
better.
But
She looked.
she's married
All
too.
right.
She looks
One looked
better.
like 2003.
Precious got a
And
man.
she got the better man for her.
Yep, she got a
Yeah.
man.
She's married.
Yeah,
So
who's she
again,
married to?
Sophie.
it does not matter.
It does
To some
matter
men, it may not matter
because
like
I
your
bet you.
status, but she's got money.
Yep.
And she
Yep.
didn't choose. I don't think
So
her
she
husband
had
is
to buy
elevated.
love, is what you're
She's
saying.
in a different class. That's
She's
where
a different
class
class,
come
different
in.
color. Even now you were talking about women who are all these things, not so whatever. But Tiger Woods, he married his au pair. So it's always for me. I shouldn't say always, but if you are attractive, hey,
He made it.
drop a bomb. He made it. He clicked the
He
link.
made it.
They done it.
No,
What
Al
up?
ain't having no issues.
Oh,
She
he
said his
wasn't.
au
Okay, good. I
pair.
was Chris. My bad.
Hey, who is au pair? I don't know that.
She said his au
I
pair.
think the au pair is a nanny. Well, it
It's a
was. I
nanny.
don't know if
It's
she
a
was
nanny.
his nanny or she was a nanny, but I know she was not the billionaire that she is now after she divorced him.
Yeah, she was
What?
the nanny.
How did she make
She
her
was a
billions?
nanny. So Tiger Woods was one of the top maybe 10
No. How did she make her
financially,
money?
sufficient person.
Babysitting. Au pair is
How
a
many years ago
babysitter.
he still is now, and he didn't chose the BBL or the fat back, none of that. And again, it's just whatever his reasons were, but he did not choose a woman who was a lawyer or a doctor or a six-figure or whatever the number is in your mind that is the finances. He chose someone who he was, I could imagine by his track record, who he was physically attractive to.
I'm
The
going
one
to
he's
add to
dating
that.
now works with him or runs his restaurant or something like
Yeah.
that, and he put
I'm
her
gonna
out.
add to that. Yeah. I wanted to add to that, Sophie. It's also who was in his eye view.
Mm-hmm.
Again, he's in a certain area and we're not always there. So when you are in certain classes, you're not in the same. Oh, let me fix this stuff. Some of this didn't look right because I got my thing that I normally wrap
Go ahead,
around me.
Yvette.
So
You good?
yeah, so yeah, you're not. People are always not in the same room with you when you climb the ladder. So the people that you start associating yourself with are normally the people that are in your room. They're in your
Absolutely.
arm's length. So she's there. She's the au pair of one of his billionaire friends, and he's checking her out. And then, that's how that usually happens. Because
Venus and
we're not in the
Serena.
same rooms.
I mean, that's a thing.
Somebody go on
And
mute.
I really shouldn't be like name dropping celebrities and stuff like that. But again, it does not negate the fact that that word better, who gets the better man? That doesn't sound like it's a question for a man. It's not like it's a question for a woman. Like, what's our opinion of the better man? So a better man is a man who's not going to put his hands on me, who is self-sufficient, who is kind. If he likes my attitude, if he appreciates me for who I am, where I am, and where I am going, not my potential of where I could go. If he can take
Okay, Sophie. So then what makes that man choose one woman over another? Again, and I think we answered some of this, but
the
let
liability.
me
Liability.
Okay.
The liability. She's a liability if she's got bad credit, if she's making bad decisions, if she has health issues,
Health issues. Okay.
All those things are liabilities. And if you
Okay.
hey, it ain't tricking if you got it.
Okay. So I got a tough question for the crowd, and I'm coming to Al Tariq since Al just got here. Al, who gets the better man? Which woman gets the better man? The scenario was you have a woman. Al, can you hear me? Oh, this guy is frozen.
I can't hear you.
You frozen, Al?
Not on mine.
Yeah, he's straight up frozen, man.
We're still asking the question.
All right. Well, no, because I'm not gonna have to talk to men that's like this. I was stuck, man. All right, dope female trainers back. What's up, Shaq? Al, man, Al, I'm trying to add you.
Al.
Okay, Al, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Your camera's off. You are a black screen.
Al still buffing.
It's all good.
Like he can be a black screen.
There he is. She said, "What the credit look like?"
Attitude.
They want to know what your credit look like. There you go, Al. You back?
Hey, that was on your end. I heard everything you said.
Okay, word. All right. So look, I got a question. Welcome back, Shaq, and welcome back, Al.
Hola.
Tony, I can't watch Tony. He over here.
You know what the question is, right?
What's the question?
Oh my God,
Tony, he don't know. Tony, let me run my show. He don't know what the question is, Tony.
But you're too long though, like for real.
No, it's a scenario. Look, y'all. See, why y'all got to do this to me? Why?
We got 14 minutes, babe. We got 14 minutes.
You know what? I'll take everybody off the stage.
It's cool.
No. I'm saying it's a scenario, guys. It's a scenario. Let me give Al the scenario. All right? Give Al a scenario. Al, here's how it works. You have a woman that is fine as hell, that is super sweet.
Yep.
But she broke and she's not that educated.
Okay.
Versus a woman that's cute, decent, but she's mean. But she caked up and she's hella educated. She got paper and she's smart. Who gets the better man out of those two women? Which tip top of the tip top man? Who's he gonna pick?
The pretty broke one.
All right. What if she got an Adam's apple though?
No, if she got an Adam's apple, then all bets are off.
That's it. There you go. You gotta throw that licorice in there, Dave. She got an apple.
She got Adam's apple. I gotta throw it in there.
You got a pear in there.
Oh Lord, help me. All right,
Al, why did you choose that one, Al?
Because the woman with all of that money and that self-sufficient and she's mean, which means she's going to bring you an attitude, which means everything that you say to her, she's going to challenge you. And who wants to be in that type of relationship where you're constantly being challenged by your mate?
Nobody.
And a man likes to feel
Nobody.
needed. A man likes to feel needed. If a woman is
Oh
providing
yeah,
for
for
him,
sure,
and
for sure.
he feels
Nobody,
that's
baby.
that's the masculine man. This is the nature of a man. He likes to feel needed. If he's not feeling needed, and on top of that, he's getting the attitude and she's telling him what she can do for him, then that's not gonna last so long.
Mm-hmm.
A man wants to be needed.
Mm. A man
Mm-hmm.
wants to be needed. I agree with that. TG, are you still here? TG, are you still here? Or are you working?
Yeah, I was gonna say she
Yes,
was.
I
I'm here
see.
listening the whole thing.
Mm.
Okay, so TG, what type of just can you come back to the stage for a moment?
Yes.
What makes what makes a man better for you? Like when you pick a man, what makes you say, "Hey, I have two men that are interested, but I'm gonna pick this guy over the next guy." What makes you choose a man versus a different man, TG?
Well, I think the only thing is like I look for a man is like mostly if I can be secure. Like a lot of men these days don't make you secure. That's why a lot of women want to go out and get the break because if you a woman is always want to be secure. Everybody say, "Oh, we're gonna pick a woman that's a sweet, nice, who's not working, well, cook, clean for me." But most men can't even provide. So it can't even not even provide, make you secure. Security is the most important things for any woman. The moment you feel secure, it doesn't matter how rich you are, how much money in your bank account you are, how beautiful you are. The moment you feel secure, you become submissive. You become loving to your man, catering to your man. It's a woman natural things. A lot of women here, especially in the Western world, you don't feel secure. That's why you have to run around. You have to get something. So if any man like makes me feel secure, which that's rare, I'm like, that's it. That's my man.
Okay. Okay.
You know.
If he makes you feel secure.
Yeah.
Tay Newsy said in the comments, if he's risky, he'll choose the one that has bad credit in order to build her. Do we feel that we would guys, would you pick the woman with bad credit just because you want to be a savior, you want to be Superman and build her up?
Well, you know, a lot of men like to be Captain Save a Hoe. So
Is that the kind of man you want though?
no.
What are we talking about here? That to me, that's a man who don't understand how to mitigate his risk. Why would you intentionally choose to pick someone you feel you got to save? That's something within himself that he's insecure about. That he feel like he got to be the hero. A secure man is
That's
gonna get
true.
who he wants,
He gonna get what he wants.
and he gonna get what he knows he deserves because he understands he deserves a life of abundance because he worked for it.
but
Man
he's
Well,
don't work, man don't eat.
come
I
on
wanted to
now.
offer
but
another.
he's also going to lust. He's gonna get what he wants, but then at the back of his mind, he wants some slop. He wants some. Come on now.
Now say
He
it. He
want
want what? Say it.
he wanted his knob slobbed on. Okay,
Okay, I'll say it.
that's what he wants. And not only that,
His
women
knob slobbed on.
want his
So that's
knob
a great
slobbed.
question, Shaq. Does sexual prowess or does sexual openness or does sexual freedom add to what makes a man choose a woman? And I want to ask Dre, since Dre been quiet. Dre, now look, y'all. I listen. Hold up. I understand. I understand that we may not know all these things about a person upon the first meetup or upon the first getting to know them. I understand that part. So I'm not saying that you know this from Jump Street, but I am gonna say, if you do find out that a woman, Dre, got the Gawk 3000 and or whatever it is, however you find out, you find out that a girl go in the bedroom. Does that factor into choosing her over another woman if you're looking for a woman? And look, I clearly didn't say whether you're looking for marriage or whether you're looking for sex because I want y'all to define when you're looking for something, what's the criteria which makes you say, okay, boom, her over her. So Dre, does the Gawk 3000 make you say, okay, I'm a tip that tips the scales over to her side a little bit more, or not really?
We can't hear you.
Oh, my bad. Where you at, Dre? Okay, there you go. Nope, cannot hear you, Dre. You might have a mute button on somewhere.
Can you hear me?
Mhm.
Yes.
Oh,
Go ahead.
okay. All right. I wanted to offer a different perspective that I've seen with my own eyes. I
Can't hear you
mostly
straight.
work I mostly work with men, and the type of man that chooses a woman who doesn't have her shit together or her finances the way that, you brothers were talking about and sisters too. I've seen it for different reasons, not just because he wants sloppy toppy for whoever he's providing for him, not just because she's, you know, cute and broke, but what I find is men who aren't still building and have the finances, and also men who started off broke. They hit the bottom, and that's how they got to the top. They might see that, what, this woman, one of my clients, a woman who doesn't have her shit together because she left school, took care of her mom had Alzheimer and all this kind of stuff, and she wasn't financial, she was just starting life, and she was young, and she ended up staying there depressed, a lot of things. She got out of it, met one of my client, and he was saying, I really appreciate that she's been through something in her life, and her finances aren't great. He's like, but I don't care about that. She cares about that, but I don't care about that. And most of the clients that I've had were, they're married now, they've been married forever. If they can find the woman who loves and respects them, and is going to support what it takes for him to provide and build your credit or whatever it is that's going to happen financially, they choose that woman, whatever that woman is. If the woman's going to make it harder for him, like Al was mentioning, whether he likes good credit or bad credit, usually men don't choose that woman, even if she has a lot of money. And when they're thinking, just like how I'm going to take a good look at how did she mess up her credit? How did she do that? A lot of men know, let me see your attitude about money. How do you feel about men? Because a woman that's amassed that has had to have, because she have to get into your masculine. So let me see how you make that balance from leaving what you do and making all that money to being soft so I can love you like a man. So it's not about credit. Doesn't tell you a lot from what I found out about the men that I'm around. If they're not building, it doesn't even matter. And even when they're building, they want love, respect first, love and support.
Okay. Hey guys, hold up. We're gonna pause real quick for station identification. I'm gonna bring everybody back up in a moment. Okay. I just want to say I see some people in the green room. I see you in the green room. I see you. I see you. I see you. I see everybody. I'm gonna bring as many people up as I can. Hey, TG, I got some people that want to join. So I know you're working. So do you want to share anything, TG, before I move on? Where you at? You want to share anything, TG, before I move on? Okay. You might not hear me. I don't. Okay, hold up. Where's she at? Where's Sheena? Okay, Sheena had to bounce. All right, y'all. We lost Sheena. Sheena had to bounce. All right, cool. Let's do some station identification. We'll be right back. I appreciate everybody for joining. Well, that was a mistake. I ain't mean to have that going. All right. Well, look. Hey, shout out to everybody that's in the room, man. I appreciate everybody that's joined. For everyone that is new, you are watching Dave Life After Dark. This is Dave Life After Dark, episode number 239. Dave Life After Dark, episode number 239. Who gets the better man? Who gets the better man? If you want to support Dave Life TV and Dave Life After Dark, you can hit me on Venmo at Dave Life. Hit me on Cash App at Dave Life TV. I appreciate everybody that's been able to join and hang with me so far, man. Sheena had to go. Thank you, Queen Sheen. I appreciate you, Queen Sheen. Sheena had to go. I got some new people that's in here. I do see my homeboy, Mr. Al Tariq. I see Sophie, that girl. I see Parrish Blair, Sexy Spirit TV. I see that boy Dre Drizzle. I see Video Lady Yvette. And of course, I see somebody new. Wait a minute, where'd Tony Love go? All right, I lost Tony Love, man. Tony might have had to bounce too. And TG, thank you for joining, TG. Hold on, don't leave, Sophie, that girl. Don't leave. I see you. All right, so TG, thank you for joining. I appreciate TG. I'm gonna keep her in the green room. Tony, come on back if you're still in the building. And I see somebody new to the stage. I see somebody new. I see you. Wait, I see you. Life, what is it? Life strategies. I see you. I see you in the building. I'm gonna bring you up. Hey man, if you're watching on Instagram, come on over to YouTube. Go to YouTube, search for Dave Life TV, all one word. And then go to the live tab and you can watch us live. The experience on YouTube is 1,000 times better. So y'all come on over to YouTube, all right? Hey, man, we're here. All right, so let me bring everybody back to the stage. Bring everybody back to the stage. My homeboy, Mr. Al Tariq, is in the building.
Yes, yes.
Yes, sir, man. My boy, Dre's in the building. Dre, we got audio again? I thought so. Say something, Dre. Ah, man.
I can't hear him either.
Nope, Dre, you may have to disconnect, like turn off your AirPods and then turn them back on. And what I can do for you, Dre, is I'll remove you, Dre, and then you can go back through your browser, copy the link, paste it back in your browser, and then try to come back up. Does that work, Dre? It's no audio at all, man. I can't hear nothing. All right, cool. My man. Cool. All right. We got life strategies. Tay Robin in the building. What's up, Tay? Hey, welcome to the stage. Welcome to the stage. We still got video lady in the building. What's up, Yvette?
Hey, Tay.
Tay.
Hey, Yvette. Good to see you.
Turn your
I
phone horse.
know. I got you.
There you go. Cool. Hey, there you go. All right. We got Parrish in the building. Hey, Parrish. Parrish is still here. What up, Parrish?
Hi.
All right. And then TG, if you're around. TG, if you're around. No, TG. Okay, y'all. Now,
I'm here, Dave. I just mute myself, so I'm on the speaker. When I move around, I'm not close to my phone. That's why I was like, I cannot say anything.
No problem. Okay, as long as if you're still with us.
I'm listening the whole thing.
When you're ready to make a comment, just turn your camera on and wave at me, okay?
Sure.
I appreciate you. All right, so TG's still in the building. All right, so look, man. For everyone else that had to go, Sophie said she had to go. Thank you, Sophie, for joining. I don't know if Tony had to go, but thank you for joining, Tone. All right, y'all. We just lost all the fellas except for me and Al. They bounced out. All right, I don't know if Chris is gonna make it or not, man. He tried. Okay, you guys. I'm gonna try to play this clip one more time. My gut is telling me I need to watch it because the clip has what do you call it? It has music on it, so I want to be careful with that.
16 bars. That's all you'll get.
Yeah, trust me. I already know. Matter of fact, let me see. Am I even live right now? Am I live right now? I am live. Okay. I'm not gonna view on YouTube, but I am still live. Cool. All right, cool. All right, so basically this lady right here, I'll try to play some of it. She basically had some comments about what type of woman will get the man. Okay. Yeah. Let's close that. Let's click on that. Okay. This is what she said, y'all. Look.
Who is broke and never been to college, but is fine as hell, can cook, has good nurturing skills, good in bed, will always get the better man than the woman who makes hella bread, is hella accomplished.
I'm a mute some stuff here and there. She's saying she out of touch with her womanly side.
Business rolling while you're gone at work all day. Your man is cheating with a woman who's unemployed and makes him feel like a man.
So she feels like if you can make him feel like a man, he's gonna choose you.
See, what she's saying is that if I have my own everything, I can talk to you any kind of way. It means I can have other men. I got my own money, got my own contact. That right there should disqualify a woman from being the wifey, the face call. We as women should all be functioning as adults. Money, credit, transportation, housing. That's called being a grown adult. Oh,
So she's saying a woman who is broke, never been to college, is fine as hell, and is in touch with her feminine side. She's saying that that woman will get the man over a woman who is successful and accomplished, but not in touch with her feminine side. We didn't really get into the being in touch with her femininity. I think Parrish mentioned a little bit of that earlier, but we didn't really highlight that. We highlighted whether the man would pick based on her accomplishments or her beauty. That's what we talked about. But now let's talk about the woman being in touch with her feminine side or not. Because, and this is my scenario, and I'm going to go with, start with Al. Al, would a man pick a woman who's in touch with her feminine side, but she's not really that attractive? She's okay, but she's extremely feminine. She's extremely nurturing. She know how to take care of her man. All the traditional stuff, cook, clean, all of that. Talk to you in the right way. But she ain't that attractive. She okay. She's just okay. Versus a woman that's just cold. She cold blooded. She's gorgeous, drop dead. Oh my God. She don't know how to talk to no man. She don't really treat a man that well. She's not really traditional. All the stuff that they say is, quote unquote, feminine. Who's gonna get the better man? And Al's Wi-Fi loves to do that. Who's gonna get the better man? Is it gonna be the first one that's not as cute, but she's in touch with her feminine side and knows how to treat a man, or is it gonna be the one that is not in touch with her feminine side, but she's gorgeous?
No, it's going to be the one that's in touch with her feminine side. It's not as pretty as the other. Your pretty looks are only going to get you butt, so
Okay,
it'll
come on
get
back.
you.
That wasn't me. Go ahead, Al. You got it.
It'll get you. Those looks will get you into the bed. It'll get you into the nice restaurants and you know to some of the homies get-togethers. But that's about it. It'll be she sees an arm piece. Um, Behind closed doors, it's the smart mouth. It's the arguments. It's the it's a tug of war. Who's better and who's more successful? Man, we don't want that. So it's going to be the woman that's in touch with her femininity. That's in touch with her femininity. She may not be that attractive, but she cooks, clean, does all those things that us men that we would love to have. The only man that's going to choose the other chick is a man that has absolutely nothing going for him from
Okay.
a finance.
Okay. Ladies, is the man going to pick the one that is feminine, but maybe not as cute, maybe not as fine, but she definitely know how to treat a man? Or is he going to pick the one that's drop dead gorgeous, but do not know how to treat a man? Let's go with Tay, since Tay is new to the stage. Go ahead, Tay.
I think in a climate where everything is based on aesthetics, he's going to pick the pretty girl first. It's going to take him time to determine whether or not she is worth keeping. Pretty girls always acquire things, but they're not always able to keep and maintain things. It matters a lot the fabric of the person. So a lot of times it's we don't like to say it, but attraction is what determines our interest in people. If we're attracted to certain things, you don't know that she's smart mouth. You don't know that she isn't very feminine until you get to know the individual. So what attracted you to her? It's usually going to be the looks. But is she the person that's going to be qualified enough to keep the relationship? Chances are not.
Okay. So the looks will get you there, but it won't keep you there.
Absolutely. I agree with that.
Okay. Why you say you agree?
Well, because it's true. I mean, at the end of the day, you need someone that can also think on your feet. But I also believe that a man would like his woman. Well, let me speak for me then. I like to prefer to myself as my man's muse. And if I'm his muse, I'm his motivator. I'm going to motivate him to want to move. I'm going to motivate him to want to be better, be the best man he can be. And that's by being a muse for him. You know, he looks at me and I know the right things to say to him to get him to move and get that confidence that he needed within himself. So I think that that's a quality that a man would want in his woman. So beauty fades, but smart, muse, supportiveness, kindness, understanding goes a long way.
I wanted to say that when they were saying that the women might not be able to keep them, that is the formula. But the one thing, because I work with a lot of men, a man that wants to be married and his perceptions or discernment is off, and he had to get in it to see it, where she was like that the whole time, but he had to
Yeah.
commit, marry, have kids, and then he sees she keeps it because the man's committed. Like men are that want to be married are committed. They don't just walk away because she has an attitude. That's what women do, but men don't really do that. So sometimes those women, because I've had those men as my clients, they don't want to leave. They don't like her mouth and all that stuff, but they don't want to leave. They don't want their kids to live in separate homes and everything. So those kind of women keep them by default, but it's not anything to do with the fact that they were pretty or had money and they're mean or whatever it is. It's that the man's committed to stay, and that's not healthy to me, in my opinion. It's not. I don't want to see relationships break up either. But after a while, it's like the same thing. We would think a sister, if she's in a relationship and the person's talking to her that way, they don't appreciate her. It's kind of like an abusive relationship. Men do the same thing because they're more committed in marriage and keeping it together. I'm not saying they're the best at the marriage. I'm just saying women are the ones that are like, okay, well, here's your keys. We moved out. Like men try not to do that, even if they're the ones at fault.
I want to mention something. When I was living in Germany, and I mention this all the time, there was something I was watching, and there was a survey where they were saying out of 100 women, out of 100 men that wanted, that separated or got divorced from their wife, they asked, did they want to? And pretty much like 80% of those men did not want to be divorced, did not want out of their marriage, and also said they would marry that same woman again. But then when they asked those same 100 women, it was very low. The women was like, no, I would never have got this man again. I want out of this marriage, because a lot of times the man is the last one to know that there's something's wrong.
It's a lack of communication. When you're not forthcoming with your partner, it's about communication. And I don't think that we're assessing whether or not the men want to get out. We were talking about whether or not the woman would be appealing to the man. And that's the question. We're figuring out which woman gets the better man.
Correct.
And realistically, if we're looking at this, that we're discussing now is meat and potatoes. They're in a committed relationship. They're in the relationship. But if we're talking about at the crux of the beginning of things, who's more than likely going to draw the attention? And unfortunately, we're Western society. We're not Eastern or some of the other places in the world where those things are not as important. Aesthetics are not as important in Middle Eastern societies. Their women are covered up. You usually don't get to see her in its totality until she's married to you anyway. So you could have beautiful eyes and hair and not be the most attractive thing. And your husband won't know that until honeymoon night. So in this Western society where we dwell, unfortunately, aesthetics plays a great deal, a huge role in that.
Wait, you said in Middle Eastern societies, you might not know what until the wedding night?
What your wife looks like in her totality.
Oh, you mean like if she's totally covered up, like with a burqa or something like that? Okay. That's true. That's true. All right, Dre, we got the sound back. You back, Dre. We definitely got to. I can hear you. Okay. Man, if TG is there, TG, can you hear me? TG,
Yes,
if you
I
did,
can hear you. Yes.
come back to the camera if you can.
Okay.
All
You
right.
said you can hear now, Dave?
Yeah, we got you, Dre. All right, so TG, so being from Ethiopia and coming to the States a little bit later in life, do you agree that aesthetics are not as important in other cultures, but in America, looks are more important. Do you agree with what Tay said? Do you have that experience that a man might not know what his wife looks like until the wedding night, or the looks of the woman may not be as important as it is to Americans? You sorry.
Oh,
Okay,
can
go
you
ahead.
hear me?
I got you now. Go ahead, TG.
Yeah, 98% of Ethiopian women are beautiful, so they don't have to question that. I'm just kidding. But
Oh, that was shots fired at Americans. Dang. You shouldn't hold on
sorry
now.
guys.
Even
Yeah, I
even
mean,
even even though Ethiopian women are beautiful, I don't
Go
know if
ahead,
it's like I
TG.
don't know
Bring
if
it
it's
to
like
the stage.
98% TG. Come on
no,
now.
98%, 2% we can get some uglies, but not. Come on, like we have like the most beautiful woman in Africa, so that can tell you, like, you know what I mean. But all joke aside, though, I mean, like that, and that's in the old lay. It's like arranged marriage. Like people have to be forced to get married and all that. That's like, in the 1940s and the 1930s. But these days, it's not like that anymore. And then it's like more like, where you're from the city or from the countryside. If you are in the city, all the city guys also looking like for her looks, like how she's beautiful. But women in my country, we don't even have to question about man being a provider, because he's supposed to provide anyway. So women, we don't be expected to be working, going to school. We don't expect to be do all this stuff. So we know we just have to look for a rich guy. You know what I mean? That's it. If
So
you are from
wait,
the city.
so TG, why is it like that in Ethiopia? Why aren't women expected to contribute or provide? Now hear me
Because
out.
the man is, oh, sorry.
Does
Okay,
it
go
have
ahead.
to do with the amount of capitalism in the United States, and the amount of everybody trying to make a lot of money and everybody trying to be independent? Like, is that something to do with how we're raised in America, or is it has something to do with the poverty line in Ethiopia? Like, is it a money poverty thing, or is it a values raising thing?
I think that's just more like when when a male born, it's a culture. When a male born, ev- the father is telling me to become a provider. When a woman born, she as a nurturer and taking care of the household. And then this day, you don't even have to take care of the household because you have a housekeeper. Housekeeper is cheaper than here. So women is just have to be, housewife, looking cute and all that stuff. So it's just a culture. The culture is the man has to be a provider. There's no choice. He doesn't have a choice, and the woman has to be nurturer and be a woman. So it's just a culture. It's been for years and years. It's really not changing that much even this day. It's still women work though, like go to educate themselves, whatever, but it's
Mhm.
still not expected as like in America, because in America it's like, I think they have to, it's, in America it's like more okay. I don't know. I don't want to sound racist. They come up with this idea: women has to go work, women don't need a man, and all that stuff to break down the black community. So that way, if a woman and a man is not together, you don't find that strength in that community. So that way, the community can live in like a like bad situation like you see now, and then the man can be more soft. You get what I mean, right? Because when a man expected to provide, if all men, let's say in the black community, if all men expected to be provided, he doesn't have a choice except providing for his family and taking care of the family. Then that family, that community becomes strong. When that family community becomes strong, nobody can bully you, nobody can. So it's just the system how build around things. So women now don't have a choice except going out and then providing for themselves, because they've been told you can be. It's just a lot going on behind it. But that's why earlier I said, I think it's not even about women being mean, men being no providing and all that. It gets to a lot into it. So I don't know. I don't even know sometimes
So
how
I
to
got I got
explain.
a question. I got a question, and I
Yeah.
see you, Yvette. I see you, Yvette. Um, if all the women are beautiful, 98% of the women are beautiful in Ethiopia, and if the culture is that the women in Ethiopia are ready to be a wife and they're not looking to provide, then what makes a man pick woman A over woman B? What's the difference here?
With his status, if he's too rich, he can pick the most beautiful one. If he's medium rich, he depending on his status. You know what I mean? If you are too rich, you make millions dollar money, then you have to pick the most beautiful woman that's educated, whatever. She doesn't have to work. So it's like
Okay,
a status thing. So whatever you have, it's like there's a saying in my language: a pot always will find its own cover. You know what I mean? So it's like that
pot will
status.
find its
Like,
own cover. Okay.
yeah. So
But why would the man being the cover pick that girl over the other girl? Is it just because she's more beautiful, or does her success or her education or her intelligence
I
or
mean,
her
who
attitude?
attracted to? Who he's attracted to?
Okay,
Because in my
respect.
culture, still true love exists. If still someone for love for someone, so still exist those things like the old days. It's not like here. You know, here it's all about money, what you're making, what kind of BBL you have, the cheap one, the expensive one, or what kind of TT you have. It's like completely different
Okay,
kind of culture and experience back home.
go ahead, Yvette. You wanted to respond. I saw you had a comment.
Well, no, I was just getting ready to do a whole history lesson thing, but I don't think it's necessary because it'll take us too off because you were saying like the black communities and things like that, and I basically was just going to bring it back to. I mean, there used to be a saying, it's conspiracy of breaking down the black family, and it kind of is and was, and then the part about women being self-efficient was because we had to, because as we know, as America, they locked up our black men, and half was locked up, the other half was killed. And then when they came up with the so-called welfare system, it was encouraged that if your man was to try to give you some extra dollars, they basically made it where it was difficult for the man to even try to help you out of the project or whatever. Because if that man gave you $1, they wanted you to report that. That man bought you a toaster, they wanted you to report that. So basically discouraging the man from coming in and helping, and discouraging from you know what I'm saying? So that was a system that was set up. So then therefore when you get that woman who now is making those figures and making the dollar, she needed to remember she still need him to be in position. So when you're always reminding him, well, I make more money than you, well, it's my house, then you have belittled that man and cut him off at the kneecap. So we have to know our position and know once you find that man, to just fall back and allow him to be that. You had to sustain yourself until you meet him. So once you get him, then fall back and let him be the man. That's the problem with America. And a lot of women don't know how to do that. They still want to say, they want to still cut him off and not allow him to be the man. And that's the problem, is knowing when to pull back and allow him to lead.
But about the welfare, I mean, I was born in the '70s, but I'm not wasn't didn't have heightened awareness of it, and I've had some older sisters that get mad at me and bring that part up when I talk about, women supporting black men, and in the history they bring up all the men did this, and then I bring up the welfare thing, and they're like, that's not how it was, and they share what you shared, Yvette, and I'm like, but think about all the other ethnic groups that take advantage of the welfare system, and they got to do the same thing, don't be getting money, and all that kind of stuff. They're wired different to their men. They don't decide, what, the Asians don't ditch their guys for money. They work the system together maybe or whatever, but I just feel like I didn't have a high awareness then, but I still feel like it's like, what came first, the chicken or the egg? Like, oh, we were all so supportive of our men, but then the big bad welfare came, and that's why it wasn't like that. It was still some of those dynamics that we're dealing with now, but it was just different back then. It wasn't about BBLs and, you know, I have degrees. It was about still us, because of the trauma and everything, gaining a level of learning how to respect our men again because of seeing them degraded and all those things. So I feel like that I just think that the women, if they really valued the men and really, really loved their Black men, even though they needed that and all those things were happening, they wouldn't do that, you know, because it's like, I'm not going to choose no dollars from the white system over a Black man. You know, I understand we got to figure another way. You know, I feel that way. I don't know if I'm
The
accurate.
welfare system
Yeah, without
wasn't
getting too
erected for blacks.
without
The
getting
welfare
Let's
too
go with
system wasn't.
let's go with Tay first, and then Dre. Tay and then Dre. Go ahead, Tay.
Well, the welfare system wasn't implemented for blacks. It was implemented for white women whose men were going off to army. It was not for us. As a matter of fact, when our men were going off to army, our men still provided for their women. It was just, you took factory jobs and you went to work because the system was not for you. And you knew that. What is happening now is not necessarily about the way women perceived it. It's that, unfortunately, as we moved in this progressive direction with feminism, and be mindful, we're on the fourth wave of it, which there had to be four waves, because the first two and three did not impact Black communities such as it is now, which is why they're pushing the agendas of the strong Black woman, the emasculated Black man. And poor y'all keep falling into it like hook, line, and sinker with this widening of the gender gaps. Oh, the men, oh, the women. Everything is not about gender. Everything is not intended to separate us, yet our community somehow embraces it and says, now it's us against you and you against me, and whoa, when really we're doing that to ourselves. There is no big bad white man doing it to us. We're really taking that on and doing it to ourselves now, when in reality what needs to happen is, as the men transitioned into prisons, workforce, which they always have been, but into army and all those things. And let's be mindful, drugs took out a lot of us, which was its intention. What actually happened now, as we see it, is we were just not socialized. Our men weren't educated on what this could look like as the women progressed and took these more dominant roles, which should have been in support of our men, not in lieu of our men, but because we were conditioned to believe you're taking his place, it denotes his importance and all those things, where the other races got that piece. They got that. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to help you out. This is in support of your men, because what do we desire? We desire to empower you so that now you're the counterpart and are able to merge with your man. See, it's about building together. Once you destroy our ability to build together, you create internal enemies. We're internal enemies. We're not really enemies. We're internal enemies, because we're internalizing BS and propaganda and saying, oh, this is my reason why I don't like my own women. And oh, this is my reason why I don't want a Black man. When in reality, now we're disseminating internally. They don't have to do a lot to us anymore. We're holding conversations such as this, which is to a degree counterproductive, because this is not our real issue. It's not. Who gets the better man? Well, the better woman. The woman who desires to have a good man will have a good woman. That's the truth. The man who desires to have a good woman will be a good man. It's about our standards. If I am a good person, it doesn't matter who I'm good with. I'm going to be good with or without you, because it's my standard. But because we don't understand each other, we utilize these things and these opportunities to widen the gender gap and to continue to propagate the enemy, the internal enemy that we've become to each other, because we're not really enemies.
So the gender gap gets
I agree.
propagated. Hold on, I want
Mhm.
to come to Dre, and then I actually want to come back and circle back to something you said, Tay, because I got offended, and we're gonna talk about that. Go ahead, Dre. Go ahead, Dre. What was your comment a little bit earlier?
It was probably my same offense, but yeah, there's so many things that was just touched on right there. First of all, welfare was not created for the white woman or the Black family or anyone. It was created for farmers. And it was basically because you couldn't farm all year long. So what if you really want to do the research on what, I mean, we can do a social political conversation here, but I think it's a little bit redundant. I think that to compare and say that these other races don't have the same type of issues or have the same type of discord that we have is somewhat of a fallacy as well, because we have been targeted from slavery on up until now. And I'm not still trying to say that we're going to use slavery as a reason for the
Disconnect.
but the divide, but it's definitely prominent in the sense that even within our communities right now, who controls the media, who controls music. I mean, now with social platforms, we have a little bit more information that can be circulated. But if you just drive down Slauson, you see, no offense to, to the gay community, LGBT, alphabet community, but you see billboards that's specifically targeting, and you see, and if that's why I say I'm all over the place with this, because I don't think that it's the women's problem, but I do think that women have encouraged a lot of this behavior in men by supporting it. A lot of women go for these guys with painting fingernails and sagging and wearing tight clothes and wearing feminine type clothing and so much and so forth. And I'm not sitting here trying to combat anybody's style, but I think that if women started holding the men accountable and stop being attracted to that shit, then guys would stop doing it.
Well, that brings me to this question. And the only reason I'm making it a black question is because we talked about welfare and we talked about the black family. And Tay, what I got offended about, Tay?
I'm listening.
Is you got on my show over here talking about these conversations are counterproductive.
Oh, gosh.
Well, that's my topic tonight.
Oh, God. No, not in that.
That's
let me clarify.
Let me have my counterproductive topic.
Let me clarify.
Let me have my fodder so we can have these conversations. But I do want to say this, and I'm going to let you clarify. I do want to say this over here on Dave Life After Dark. Although there are gender wars and we argue, not us, but people argue on the Instagram and social media. Y'all know that that's not what I'm about. I'm more about constructive conversations. I'm more about if I'm talking about something that is not productive or kind of counterproductive, I'm doing it for a reason, because I want us to try to get to the solution or get to the bottom of something or bring out certain points. And the point that was going to be brought out tonight was when men are choosing, are they choosing money over looks? And then the other layer was, are they choosing attitude? Like I'm sweet. I know how to treat it. No, I don't even want to say how to treat a man. I'm sweet and pleasant over I'm kind of cocky or kind of sedity or kind of arrogant. Then the other layer, even below that, was how feminine am I? Do I treat a man right? Or do I just think that because I'm paid or intelligent, don't matter how I treat you, because I'm valuable from a success standpoint. So if you really kind of looked at it, that's what I was getting at. But Tay, finish what you were about to say. But that's why I do these
clarify. This is not this particular construct is not a counterproductive. I should have been more clear when I stated, because this is a platform on, especially when you're on IG, you hear a lot of these conversations. Right. And quite frankly, to be perfectly honest with what I've done with my life, I know that they're coming from hurt and pain, and we're speaking from our experiences more so than we are from the perspective of doing the research. I don't know the gentleman's name, but I do want to speak to his point. Is that Dre? Dre, nice to meet you.
Yeah, Dre.
I didn't say, not any point did I say that other races don't have these kinds of conversations or issues. What I said was they were targeted and educated better than we were, because we are the disenfranchised people. We are the one who, throughout history, from start to finish, even to today, we're still the population of individuals who are targeted, whose families are still being destroyed and separated, who are still being attacked in great number. We are the ones who are still being ripped away from what our culture truly has been. Even though we've built it inside of the American culture, we are the ones in the greatest need. We are the house that is on fire. I totally agree. You said it was welfare started with farmers. Well, most of the farmers were the ones that were being helped were white, and that was intentional. It was intentional because they didn't even want to allow us any supports because they hope what would happen is the lack of support would collapse us from inside. But we're not that kind of people. We usually do band together in the worst times. We usually do. And so I want to be very clear that as a woman, I can only be a woman in a counterpart to a man. We need you guys. We really do. And it's so unfortunate that there's so many of us who have begun to sip the Kool-Aid and become so high-minded that we don't realize that if we're going to make it in this system, it's not about BBLs. It's not about who's more beautiful than the other. It's about who you can build with. Who can you sustain life with? Those are the questions we should be asking. Yeah, if you get a beautiful partner, that's a blessing. That's a beautiful blessing. But it's who can we really build with? Who can we create legacy with? How can we sustain our children and our grandchildren and our great-grandchildren when we're not here? What things can we teach our babies that they carry forth and rebuild our community? That's the crux of what needs to be discussed. So, Dave, I don't think this is a counterproductive conversation. And I should have been clear when I was stating that because I was referring to some other stuff that I've heard on Instagram.
Definitely.
And it's an ongoing, it's very toxic, very poisonous.
Right.
And very ongoing.
No,
So,
I know where you stand, Tay. I know where you stand. Yeah. I was just saying that to mess with you. But I will say this, you guys, there is some toxic conversations that happen online. And since Al has been patiently waiting, and Dre, I know you guys have been making comments, and Yvette, all of the people that are quiet, because me and Tay, we just keep going. That's okay though. That's okay. I'm not criticizing. I'm not criticizing.
Appreciate the information.
My question is this, Yvette. Well, Yvette, is it relevant?
Well, I mean, why do I keep taking the topic off? No, I was just going to respond to something Tay was saying about, the platforms, because see, everyone on this live is of mature nature. We have lived a life, and we've gone through some things. But I've had to raise two young men, and my youngest speaks to me quite often, and he, of course, was the one that introduced me to Instagram. He listens to a lot of this stuff. He believes that Black families aren't getting married. He doesn't believe that marriage is even possible for him because of the way these women are looking at them as a bank. My oldest son, God bless his soul, he had a young lady. They had made a plan. They had been together for 10 years. He went to be an engineer. She was supposed to be a doctor. She didn't fulfill her part. He goes, you got to go back. He paid for her rent for a whole year. And now they're not even married. They broke up because she was still asking for more. So it's like, when do the asking stop? Men are supposed to be a provider, but they're not supposed to be used and abused. And that's the difference. That's the difference. That nobody's speaking about that. You can't use and abuse and break your man down and bankrupt him before you even get your life started. And that's a conversation that needs to be had. Okay, do you want the big gigantic marriage where you can just go down to the justice of the peace or go to get, and have a little reception later? Or do you take that money and buy a home? Like, these are smart conversations that need to be had. That's what needs to happen. Not, you need to buy me a Gucci, Poochie, and Uchi. Like, what are you going to do with all that?
Can I
why are you doing that before you're married anyway?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Parrish.
No, I'm offended. No, I'm just joking.
Parrish is the nicest. She don't be going off on nobody. So if Parrish get offended, that means somebody just said something.
No, I'm totally joking. But I'm saying I am having that conversation. There are a lot of sisters having that conversation, but I'm not talking to the sisters because they are mesmerized by social media and filters and who's going to what trip and money and brunch and all that stuff. I'm talking to the men I'm talking to the men, teaching them, do you know how valuable it is? I know that it just seems like regular because that's what you're supposed to do, but we're both supposed to be able to take care of ourselves. Before I met you, I got to pay my bills, I got to protect myself, I got to do all those things. And then a man comes in and says, I got it. And if something happens to you, run, I got you. And he lives in your house and you get to have sex with him, and you guys don't even understand the value of that. So you pick the woman that clearly is more interested in having a wedding than being a wife.
Mm.
She doesn't have decorum to talk to you with respect and all of that. So I'm talking to the brothers instead of the sisters, but I don't want to browbeat the sisters because they are a victim and effect of the mother energy not being in where it needs to be, so that they have, just like how the sisters say there was no man in the house to be an example, and that's why these men are the way they are. Well, okay, now what are you going to say about the women? I mean, what are you going to say about how the women are? And if there was no man in the house and you were raising all the men that we're complaining about, we raised them, since we said that the men balance. So it's like, I know that this is not a popular word and it triggers a lot of women, but I'm not saying it in that vein. But I'm saying accountability. Because at least when you say, there is that thing of, why didn't all the black women get together? If they separated all the black, like they're not all of them, but the people who had to rely on that service, why didn't we get together? Like now we can, so I'm just doing the best that I can. I'm going to all the brothers, and my ministry are the good brothers. I can't deal with why the guys cheated and beat you up and don't take care of their kids. I'm just going after the guys that the women want. Like, but Dave's already taken, but like Dave and brothers like him, to show that's not even how good men think. That's not even what good men do. Stop trying to be that woman that you think, I'm not going to let nobody. A good man that wants you doesn't even care. You can have your hair in a bun. Just, like it's not even like that. So I'm trying to
Right.
see so that they don't buy into what the media is saying,
Hey,
and make the men choose better too. But just like how you're saying, hey, if the women would choose better, these guys would be wearing paint. I agree with you. But if the brothers didn't choose the women that they're playing dress up. They're not even being a woman. They're just dressing up. It would be better too.
so we are getting into a lot of good stuff. This is really, really good stuff. And Tay kind of breached the subject. Dre breached the subject, and then Parrish kind of brought it home. Do today's black women value today's black men? Now, this is not meant to be divisive, okay? And only reason I made it black is because we all black up here, and we all talk about black subjects when we're online from a black perspective. All right. So if anybody's watching on YouTube, we could say, do today's women value today's men? But I'm going to stick with black right now. All right. Do today's black women value today's black men? And this is a trick question. He is with the black and I'm proud. All right. This is a trick question. And it's a trick question because the key operative word is today's. Right. The modern man is different than the three men that are on this stage. Like I would say that we're all traditional or some version of traditional with some level of modern, but we ain't the skinny jean wearing, fully modernized, feminized, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And none of these women here are today's women. Today's women, and when I say today's, I'm talking about that younger generation. That's, the Suki with the good coochies, the Megs, whatever these ladies are doing out here. You ladies are of a different breed and of a different ilk and of a different, quality. And I mean that as a total compliment. So no one be offended. All right. I think all of us are just from a different generation. Today's world, y'all, is on some man, I don't know. The men are trying to be more prettier than the women. Everybody trying to cancel everybody. Everybody trying to gather everybody. Oh, she gathered him, girl. Give a damn. Nobody gathered. No, somebody tried to say one
What
time.
did you say?
Gathered. Somebody tried to say when I went on the dating show, Kendra's show, and it ain't Kendra's fault, but somebody tried to say, "Hey, girl, that chick gathered Dave. She gathered him. She told. I guess that means she told me about myself, or she told me all for whatever." And I was like, do you think I care about somebody on the internet trying to gather me because of my preferences and a wife? You know, and if I let people's attitude about me, fellas, if I let somebody's comment on the internet change what I wanted in a woman, I wouldn't have found what I was looking for. You know, if I let y'all know this, if we let someone's comments change how we moving, we're not really being true to ourselves, and we don't really know who we are. We being swayed because somebody say, "Hey man, I don't like how you wear your beard, Dave." Hey Al, you should let your hair grow out. Hey Dre, why you always wearing a hat? You should rock the cut, the fade. Man, I don't care what nobody's talking about. I'm who I am. I've been that person for 50 years and I'm happy with myself. Only people that can really change me are like people that I love that are criticizing me in love. But today's world, it's like the men are competing with the women. And I hate to say it, but the women are competing with the men. It's like the women are trying to be hard. The women are trying to be, and it's nothing wrong with being successful, but don't be successful to the women of today. Don't be successful and lose your femininity. Don't be successful and lose your womanhood. Don't be successful and lose the very things that men value. And like men, don't be so fly that now you a pretty boy. You too cute for school. You dainty. You know, you don't be so emotionally intact that you out here acting like a whole woman. You like still be a man. So somebody help me because I'm just trying to get at today's women are not our grandmas. And some people are like, well, you don't want to be grandma. No, I might want a woman that's got some of grandma's values. Because grandma in those little space buns she had with that little dress she had on, grandma had 14 children.
But that's what I
Grandpa,
was saying about the mother energy. That's the nuance of it because it's the wisdom. There are women who have very, very potent mother energy and they've never had kids. It's just they're very in tune. Like they're learning the lessons. We all have chosen the wrong one and been lied to and devalued in some way that we thought, wait a minute, I didn't know that's what you thought of me. And then we learn and then we grow and then we choose better and do better and then we pass that on to other women, and that's the mother energy, the nurturing. I'm growing into a woman. So when women step into that, then you're thinking of that man like that's like how his mother thinks of him. She wants him to win even if it doesn't benefit her directly. She's not doing it so he can. She's not showing up saying, "Son, congratulations," because I know I'm getting some money. She's just like, he made it. I'm so happy for him. And the woman, I know that's a benefit that we get. That's huge. A man is going to take care of you, and you can take care of yourself, but he wants to do that. And when a woman does not see that value and she sees it like, you're supposed to do that, and she doesn't have the mother energy, then you're not taking care of him. You're not making sure that your tone made him feel heard, or you're not doing any of those things because you don't even know how. That's another thing that men aren't doing things and they don't know how, but they don't. I'm not talking about today's man. Men. Well, I don't want to talk bad about those men either, but you know what I'm saying. The man, like you men, those men might not know how to do it, but they want to know how. They might be frustrated because they thought they did it right and you're still not happy, but they want to. The women don't want to. They're like, you expect me to cook now too? And I still didn't get a new wig, and like
a new wig, not a new wig.
Well, I'm not making fun of women. I wear them sometimes, but I'm just saying what I hear on social media, that because wigs are a major part, just like the eyelashes were. Like,
true.
Like women are like, they don't understand. The man doesn't even. I didn't have that issue per se. I still felt like I did. Well, I did because I felt like I can't. That's too much. I'm a business owner, mom. I can't be laid and slayed, and my nails always perfect and all that. And that just doesn't feel pretty to me. So I felt less pretty. So I still had the, because I was still thinking, well, since I can't look like all those women with all those weaves and everything, hopefully a guy like me with my natural hair, because I was being programmed too as a woman, but I just couldn't go into that like that. So I'm just saying, I'm not saying, oh, I feel sorry for the sisters, but there are compassion for those sisters too, because we're the spenders and they're manipulating us to buy shit that we don't need. I'm sorry, I'm saying a lot of words, Dave.
No. Paris, you're good. But I do want to bring this point home. Tay Newsy in the comments made a great point. He said, just like how the interviewer asked a bunch of women if men like BBLs or natural, all the women said men want BBLs.
Mm-hmm.
And then the men said we want natural.
Yeah.
So there is a disconnect right now between what real men want and what today's women think that men want.
Well, I don't necessarily think it's even about real men. It's about high profile men. High profile meaning in the public limelight. In the public limelight, these cats are the ones that's going after the BBLs. So again, if I'm a in the limelight sports figure, actor, and you see every time I'm with a woman that's on my arm, she has a BBL,
right?
Or she has plastic surgery done. This is what we're projecting to the women that this is what we like.
But
And
Al, is it us or is it other women projecting it? Hear me out. Is it men saying I want this? Is it other women doing it so it's making other women want it? Or is it media?
No,
highlighting the women who are doing it.
Well, it's both media and high profile men that are in the line, again, sports figures and
Actors,
entertainers.
Yes.
But that comes back on the women. Why are you looking at them? They don't want you. You can't get them. You got the man right around here. You're never gonna.
But again, the problem is that they want these sports figures. They want these entertainer men, and if that's what attracts them, they're going to do what they need to do to attract those type of individuals. Now, for the rest of us engineers and administrators and the mid-level men, again, you come to me, and I'll use myself as an example. You come to me with the BBL and all of this plasticness, I'll play with you. I'm not going to keep you. I don't want you, but I'll play with you. And so what happens is when I start playing with you, then now I'm projecting the fact that that's what I like too. And so when other women see that's when it's perpetuated that, hey, this is what all men want.
Okay, hold up, Al. So I heard what you said. And yeah, we do perpetuate it. We do perpetuate it. We do perpetuate it. That's this kicking in. Yeah, that's that Pinot Grigio. Okay, so we do perpetuate it. But Al,
yes,
hold up, man. Me and you both have been single. We didn't know each other 15 years. We both have been single. We both have been in relationships. I'm now about to take that step. You know what I'm saying? And get married. So you telling me that men can't have fun? Because if men have fun, I'm playing devil's advocate for a reason. You telling me, and I Tay Newsy, I know that you said you have to go. I'm Tay, good Lord Almighty. Maybe I need to pause. Let me get my life together.
That's that Pinot Grigio life.
That is. I didn't mix up Tay Rob and Tay Newsy. It's too many goddamn Tays in the room. Okay. Tay Newsy in the comments. Shout out to Tay Newsy in the comments. Hey Al, are you telling me that I wanna everybody stay with me. I'm not leaving y'all, but I wanna solo me and Al for a reason. Al, you gonna sit here and tell me that a single black man like yourself or like myself before I got engaged, we can't have fun? Because look, if I have fun and I go out with somebody with a BBL and I'm in LA, now we're not rich and famous,
right?
But we're successful black men,
right?
If we decide to go out, ball out, buy a bottle, put on a suit, be seen, hang out with the crew, and we decide to bring our new either whether she a boo thing or a play thing or potential.
Yes.
But she got a BBL, she got some body work done.
Yes.
She's a classic Hollywood starlet type chick.
Yes.
You telling me
Yes.
I can't do that because I'm gonna run the risk of perpetuating the idea that men only want fakeness and they don't want real? I can't have fun. I can't have a whole stage out.
I'm not telling you you can't do it, but what I'm telling you is when you're in public and you're putting that persona out there that that's what you like. When other women that are not in that category, they don't have their BBLs yet, they don't have their plastic surgeries, but they see you.
That's his
I
Wi-Fi.
haven't.
He coming back.
She's looking good.
Repeat that. Repeat that, Al.
She's looking good. You're looking good. Y'all look like y'all having the best time in the world. And this woman that doesn't have any of that sees that. That tells her in order to get a guy like you that's not high profile, but you're still good looking and y'all having fun, that puts her in a position to want what you have on your arm so she can get the entertainment that she sees.
Does anybody agree or disagree with that?
Well, I want to say he's absolutely right. That's why I'm saying, but why would you even make that your, why are you making what's on his arm your barometer of what you think is beautiful on you? That you don't even know if you like that guy. You don't even know if you like that guy. You don't even know if that guy's what he's like at home. You're looking at just what it looks like, even before social media, whatever. You're looking at the outside.
Okay.
And that's that.
Okay, Parrish. Okay, Parrish. But I'm gonna play devil's advocate.
Go ahead, Pam.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate. Okay. I came out here, Al, and you know this, and Dre, you can testify to this. I came out here. All I wore was business suits.
Yep.
I had on blazers because I worked in aerospace defense. I had blazers on. I was going to Sharky's, you know what I'm saying, and Hermosa because I didn't know no places. I was going to GS when it was open. I was hitting whether it was a beach spot or a hood spot. I had on the same outfit because this is who Dave was. I work and I'm getting off work and I'm single, going through a divorce. I'm gonna find me somebody that I can meet and get to know. But I got on blazers and some Chuck Taylor, Chuck Taylor say I wore ascots. He said Dave wore ascots. I never on no ascot. But I was suited and booted. I didn't let nobody. So Parrish, I didn't let nobody tell me, hey man, you way overdressed, dude. This LA, like, why don't you kick back a little bit? Why don't you wear some Chucks? Why don't you wear some jeans? Put on a something, Dave. Why you gotta have on a full blazer? I was hot as hell coming out there on the beach, but I looked nice and I felt nice. But them women were looking at me like, oh, what's up? That's Unc. What's up, Unc? Hey, Unc. I ain't figured out for a little bit, you know, that I needed to dress down a little bit. I needed to kind of pick up on some of the LA swag a little bit. It's okay to wear a hat sometimes. It's okay to wear a hoodie sometimes. It's okay to wear whatever. I had to kind of.
That was your style, brother.
That was my style. But Dre, I came from, and you know what's funny? When I got married the first time, my ex-wife said, "You don't have jeans and sneakers?" I was like, "Yo, I'm in church and I'm at work. What I need jeans and sneakers for? Like, this is what I'm doing. I'm at church and I'm at work. That's what you're getting." I didn't understand. I had to kind of calm down. Then I got to the place where people were like, "Dag, do you ever wear a suit, Dave? All you wearing is hoodie Dave now." But I had to learn how to change it up, Parrish. So let me say this. How come the way I had to learn, you in LA, you got to pick up on the swag a little. I had to adjust. How come a woman can't look and say, hey, old girl got her eyebrows done a certain way. Old girl got giraffe lashes on. Old girl got a lace front, what they call it, a bust down. Help me out, y'all.
With the
you know, she got eyelashes on her forehead. And that got Dre, that got Al, that got Dave back when we was all out kicking it. How come a woman can't say that and say, I want to be like her? Because clearly she's pulling a nice looking brother that's successful. How come they can't do that? I had to acquiesce.
Okay, I'm kind of getting lost, but what I was going to say, based on things you were building up to, is still the same thing though. Like, okay. I know this is a scenario though, so I don't want to mess up your scenario, but that's not, yes, men, like, just like Al said, I was just telling a sister this earlier today when she was like, I can't stand that. It's making me upset just to hear you say that. And I was like, why? And it's like, you're saying, even though he doesn't want me, even though he's not interested in me, he's still going to have sex with me and then move on. I was like, yeah, And she's like, and you're condoning that? And I was like, it's not even a condoning. You do the same thing. Even though you don't like that guy, even though you said you made fun of him when you came back and everything, if he calls you and you're bored and you want somebody to go to brunch, you play with him a little bit and you don't want him. You're still looking at your phone to see if that other guy texts you. What's the difference? And she goes, well, and I said, and I'm not saying that I can compare a woman's vagina with money. I'm saying this is the basic breakdown where God, hey, I like you. And you're like, what can you give me? And the guy's like, hey, if you're going to give me, if I give you this, what are you going to give me? Those are usually the exchange that we're looking at. And then I was like, and then she was like, oh, you're right. And I was like, so why are you saying that about men though? And she goes, it just sounds so dirty. And I said, but that's you judging yourself because you do the same behavior. You don't want that. You want a man, you want to know a man wants you. You got to know what, you don't have to know what men want. But if you're going to, even if you're going to make that your barometer, you should just naturally be confident in yourself. But if you're going to make that barometer, talk to men instead of looking at pictures and trying to piece it together. Talk to a man. Like, ask him. Well, no, because all they're going to say is just like that video. All they're going to say is lie and say it. And I'm like, I'm just going to talk to brothers.
All right. Hey, look, you guys, we are at 2.5 hours. This is our limit. I want to keep the show to a certain limit. So what I'll ask everybody to do before we bounce out, everybody give me your final take. Let's start in reverse order. Parrish, let's start with you. And what's your take? Do black women and black men, do we have a disconnect? Are men going to pick a woman because of her femininity or because of her looks more so than her success and money? Does attitude matter? Go ahead and give us your final takeaway.
I think that that's usually their intention, and that doesn't always happen because men don't know how to pick it thoroughly. So they get what they thought was that, and then it doesn't end up always being like that. But I think that that's really I'm not what I want men to do. Just what I see them doing. That's what they're trying to do. If they can get it all, that would be great. But if not, they want the woman who's going to be nice to them and good to them.
Okay. All right. Hey, Parrish, thank you for joining. I really appreciate you. That's Parrish Blair, everybody. All right, Dre, you popped up next, man. Give me your take. Hey, man, are black women and black men disconnected? Or if you would like to comment on this thing right here, where we were saying, the woman.
We're definitely disconnected, and it's systematic. I mean, we know this like that. I think that's a whole nother show, D.
Yeah.
It's just like, this is not something that's a product of, Generation Z, Y, X. I mean, this shit's been laid down and in a process for since the 30s, 40s on up. And each time we figure out a way around it to bring back the family unit, they find a way to insert something else to cause that discord and that disinvolvement. But what I would choose is I'm definitely going to choose someone that's soft and nurturing above someone that's successful.
Okay. But if all things are created equal, she's soft and she's nurturing and she's broke, but the other one is soft and nurturing and successful, then you go on with successful. When everything is equal.
At that point, I guess it would be whoever I had the best vibe with.
That's a great answer.
Yeah.
Because we forgot about that part. Yeah. Hey, Dre, thank you for joining and for being patient with the technology, bro. I appreciate you, man. Yep. My man, Dre Drizzle. Appreciate you, bro. All right. Let's go with, hey, Yvette, you want to close us with your ideas before I let Al go since he got here last?
Yeah, because I was trying to chime in when you were talking about the dressing part and women looking at the men, but my Wi-Fi went crazy. But I had the same experience as you did. Always was dressed. I didn't even own a pair of jeans. And I moved down here to Florida, and I was always overdressed everywhere I went. And then the one day that I just dressed down, had on some sweatpants, somebody decided to talk to me. So I figured I had to be down dressed for a guy to approach me, because I did have one guy tell me I looked like I was high maintenance. So that's why people didn't talk to me. And I didn't understand it. Like, wouldn't you want someone put together?
You know what, Yvette, though? Some black men that aren't as successful as the woman they're going for, they get intimidated. And I said some because there is a contingent of men that aren't doing as well, as their black women counterparts, whether it's because they didn't go to school or they didn't get a higher education degree or something else in life may have held them back, and then they're still kind of catching up. Whereas the woman never had the hiccups. The woman just kept progressing. So there are some men out there, Yvette, that might look at a sister that's successful and put together as yourself and be like, "Oh man, she's a ditty. Oh man, she." But to me, that's a decrement on their behalf. It's not a deficit on you. It's a deficit on that man and women like yourself that are successful and entrepreneurs and and self-made. I'm like, definitely date someone that's within your caliber because some of those guys just ain't he's not even in your league. So he's gonna look at you with a side eye. And it ain't even nothing you did.
Yeah, and I was gonna say at that time I was in college, so I wasn't successful yet. I was still trying to find my way, and I used to kind of get a little upset about it. I'm like, well, if they just spoke to me, they would see that I'm silly and goofy and like to have a good time. I don't take myself seriously, but they didn't even give me the chance because they already went by looks and automatically had wiped me out. And I say that because I do that with men. I don't completely wipe you out on first look. You know what I'm saying? You get to talk to a person, see what they're about, feel the energy, and then connect and move on from there.
But women are more forgiving. And Al, do you agree with that? Women are more forgiving. They will give a man a chance. But I think men sometimes, if she ain't our forte, we'll cut her off. We won't even get with her. We'll be like, nah, she ain't even what I want. We'll cut it off. Whereas some women will entertain a man that may not be their forte and they'll give it a chance to see. Do you agree with that?
I think it goes both ways. Some men will get with a woman because she has maybe one or two qualities, not everything he's looking for, but once he gets to know her and he gets to see deeper into her, then he may say, "Okay, I'm gonna work with this and see how far it goes." So I think it works on both sides of the fence.
Caught me as I was finishing that gulp of wine there. Got me off guard. I wasn't ready. All right. So look, hey Yvette, we're just closing out the show because we're at 2.5 hours. Anything else you
Yeah.
want to add, or are you good?
Well, it was a good show, good topic. I think we went around places where everybody hit on different things, but it was a good starter and it ended well. So kudos to you. Continue the good work.
Thank you, Yvette. And I'm glad you made it. I'm glad you made it.
Me too. Today was I just came back from a community meeting and that was great too. So it was an all around good day, good night.
That's what's up. Well, I appreciate you, Yvette. I'm gonna close it out with me and Al. Okay.
Okay, cool.
Thank you, Yvette.
Bye bye, Yvette.
All right, and then there was Al. So Al, man, there was a lot that was said today. How do you feel about what the woman was saying here in the video? That a woman that's broke, but that knows how to treat a man and is fine as hell, she'll get the man over a woman that don't know how to treat a man and got money. And I'm assuming she could be just as fine. But how you feel about what this lady was saying?
No, she's absolutely right because again, with all the money and all those accolades come masculinity, and no man wants a woman that's masculine.
Wow. With all the money and the accolades comes masculinity. Damn. But Al, it don't have to. Because if a woman was raised traditional, if a
Right?
woman was raised, you know what I'm saying, how to cater to
Yes.
her man and respect a man and value a man and want to have kids and value being a mom and a wife. If a woman was raised that way, then it don't have to be that she's becoming masculine because she's successful.
It doesn't, but those individuals are far and in between now. Let's just keep it real. You don't. There's those women are a needle in a haystack.
Yeah. Wait a minute, Crystal. Crystal, we're about to close it out, Crystal. Did you want to add something before we go? Yeah, I got it. So, Crystal, the way it works, I got to send you a link. Um, I don't know if she's still on. Okay, if I see her comment in the next minute or so, then I'll add her. But yeah, Al, I think that some women struggle with being feminine because success has been ingrained into them, education has been ingrained into them, and independence. I don't really need
Yeah,
a man.
and,
You know what I'm saying?
and independence is killing us as a culture for blacks currently today.
But Al, you have a daughter.
Yes.
I think about this because when I was raising my niece, I thought about this too, man. Don't we kind of want to raise our daughters to be strong, to be intelligent, to be capable, not to be, gullible, not to be naive, not to be easily fooled? Don't we want to raise them a certain way? And in having to raise them to be strong and free thinkers and, street smart,
I,
are we
I, I
are we making them more masculine? Are we, or do we have to just balance it?
no, it's I won't even say we have to balance it. I think if as a father of a daughter, you teach your daughter how to be a woman from your
That's his
from your
Wi-Fi.
eyes from your eyes and your perspective. Um,
Mm,
if her mother is involved, which most women are
women
involved with
are
their daughters,
right.
it's her job to teach her how to be a woman to a man. Now, it's your job as a man to teach her the things to look out for and the way to keep her man. If you want a man to do XYZ, this is what he is going to look
Yeah,
from within you. And that's your job as a father when it comes to your daughter.
yeah. Good point. And if her mom is involved, her mom is going to teach her how to be a woman.
Yes.
Um, you know what? Which goes back to, this is why it's so important who we have kids with, right? Because
True.
and this, I'm not speaking about anybody in particular. I'm just using
Yes.
in general. I'm just saying this. We could think somebody is super fine. We could think somebody is super successful. We could think somebody is submissive and all of that, but they might not be the best parent. And sometimes you may not know it until you get in it. You know,
Most of the time you won't know it. And I'll use one of my children as an example. I knew how they were as a girlfriend. As a
Wi-Fi.
I didn't know how they were going to be as a mother.
Yeah,
You know,
you really don't know. You really
no,
don't
you
know.
you you don't.
You can watch how they are with their family, and you can, maybe if they got a little cousin, a niece, a nephew, maybe you could pick up on some of their maternal instincts, maybe. But you
Yes,
but you but you really don't know. Just like
you
you don't
don't.
know somebody till you live with them.
Well, because again, you don't know even if they have a child before you, because
Right?
who knows how that man was with her versus how you are with her.
That's true. That's true.
You
That's a
know,
whole nother
I'll put
show.
it, yeah, and I'll put it real quick. Like my son's mom, she had a daughter, she has a child before me.
Yep.
The way she acts with that her daughter's dad versus how she acts with me are two different people.
Right. And probably subsequently the way she acted with her daughter versus now how she acts with you guys' son is it's different. And you know what else too, Al? We grow, man.
Yes,
I ain't who I was at 28.
right,
You know what I'm saying? So the kind of parent I might have been to my niece and nephews, I'm different at my age, so we
right,
we we
yeah,
grow. That's a whole nother topic. But hey, man,
yes, sir.
I appreciate you, Al. I know it's late. Thank you for joining. This was a great show. I want to encourage everybody to follow Mr. Al Tariq on Instagram at Mr. Al Tariq. Follow all of our panelists that were on. The show it's streaming live. So the show is live right now on YouTube. Yep, I'm double checking and we're still good. We're live on YouTube right now. So we're still live. Please make sure you guys subscribe to the YouTube channel. Look for more clips, which will be chopped up and put out this week. And thank you for everybody that's on Instagram that followed us on YouTube, man. YouTube is where we at.
Yes, sir.
Al, I appreciate you, man. All right, bro. We'll catch up on you on next week. All right, Al?
Yes, sir.
Oh, man, that's Mr. Al Tariq. Man, hey, y'all. I appreciate all of y'all, man. It's been a great show. I appreciate everybody, man. Tonight's episode was episode number, let's see. Where am I at? Oh. Tonight's episode was episode number 239. Who gets the better man? Who gets the better man? That is the episode. Can I get? Oh, it's just low. It's there. It's just low. All right, there you go. I needed the vibe, man. I need the vibe. Hey, man, shout out to all the lifers in the building. All of the lifers that came and commented, man, I appreciate y'all. Shout out to Sophie That Girl. Shout out to Queen Sheen. Shout out to Dope Female Trainer. Shout out to comedian Tony Love. Shout out to Mr. Al Tariq. Shout out to Dre Drizzle. And shout out to Tay Rob. Shout out to TG Minaj. Shout out to everybody that joined. And for everyone that was in the comments, Storytime with Shout Crystal, Tay Newsy, everybody else in the comments, man, thank you. I saw y'all. Katana Miller, I saw y'all. Of course, my baby Destiny was in the building. I see you, babe. Shout out to Parrish Blair who joined Sexy Spirit TV. Shout out to Natasha Simona who also joined, man. Hey, y'all, I appreciate everybody. I want you guys to send us tips on Cash App, $ Dave Life TV, or Venmo at Dave Life, man. It's Dave Life. I'm your host of the Dave Life After Dark podcast. It is your favorite late night adult podcast for the grown and sexy, all right? I'll holler at y'all, man. It's Dave, man. We'll see y'all next time. Peace.